So don't put off a mortgage refinance any longer. Call 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000. Or apply online at AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, Regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
2021 marks the 35th anniversary of the American Eagle Coin Program, and these historic silver coins will never be the same again. Why?
The U.S. Mint has unveiled new designs for the 2021 American Silver Eagle coins, scheduled to appear mid-year.
This means now is your last chance to get an American Silver Eagle coin with the original Eagle design.
The American Eagle Coin Series has become the best-selling coin series in the world.
Act fast or miss your opportunity to own the last year of this historic Silver Eagle coin design.
Just call govmint.com at 1-800-222-1975 and you're guaranteed a shiny, new, perfect mint condition American Eagle silver dollar.
Go now before time runs out.
Call 1-800-222-1975 now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, free with every order.
This exclusive offer is only available by phone. Call 1-800-222-1975 now to secure your American Eagle silver dollar coins before the current design ceases production. That's 1-800-222-1975.
Grainberry. Hi, I'm Peter Harris for Grainberry Cereals. If you're starting the new year with a goal to live healthier, then pick up a box or two of the healthiest and most natural cereal in the supermarket. Grainberry, with amazing onyx sorghum, is packed with powerful plant-based antioxidants to help protect your body from free radicals. When we make Grainberry, we care about sugar control. That's why we start with lower sugar than other cereals, then use our whole grain onyx sorghum to help slow sugar absorption. This sugar control, or sugar taming as we call it, helps manage diabetes and prediabetes. And we didn't have to sacrifice flavor to do it. So buy Grainberry cereal with amazing onyx sorghum and start curbing your sugar today. Available in multi-bran flakes, honey nut toasted oats, and delicious cinnamon frosted shredded wheat.
Grainberry, healthy cereal for your family.
From the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer Weather Center.
More clouds than sunshine today over the I-25 corridor, thanks to a mountain wave cloud developing throughout the day. Mild to high.
Sponsored by Audible. It's a new year and a all new Audible.
But he knows what we're doing. I told him I was
selling audiobooks.
He doesn't right now. Trust me, he's not feeling his record right now. But he's going to be happy right now. Okay.
Dad, I picked up your meals, made your lunch, and your laundry is done.
Yeah, and I'll let you know. Okay, I'll let you know what he says.
Take care of yourself. Find free care at AARP.com/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP, the Council.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Go, go, go.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. All right, we're going to get our expert on for solar. You know, people, beware of solar. There are two things that happen in the solar industry that bother me. Because there's a tax credit, they mark up the prices artificially high because they know you're going to get a credit. Not all of them. Then the next thing is no one services anyone else's. So it's not like you install a furnace and if you have a problem, you call a furnace company. You can't do that with solar. Most solar companies won't service solar.
They sold.
They'll only service.
And if they go out of business, you're screwed.
And if they go out of business, you're screwed.
303-713-TALK. Now, hold on, Ira. We're getting someone on.
Hold on, Ira. We're getting someone on.
Welcome to the show. What's going on, Art?
Welcome to the show.
Well, I had an idea about Twitter. You know, I got kind of tired of Twitter seemingly wanting to rule the world, so I thought they should be liable for some stuff. So I started thinking about, aren't they contractually obligated to provide the service that they seem to agree to provide?
No, this is a really big controversy. Here's the thing. Because these companies get so big and widespread, we start assuming it's like a right almost. You know what I'm saying? In other words, technically, this is the problem. Well, I don't even know if it's a problem. Our media, in general, all of it, they're private. They're private. Now, I would say news organizations have long held themselves out to be objective and that's what they went on. But there's nothing in the law that says they must be objective. There are really no laws that say they have to publish. Free speech is freedom of speech for you, but the platform, and this is hard to take. I find the hypocrisy maddening with everything. I find the hypocrisy maddening. For example, with Twitter, yes, they are powerful and the largest platform, but they're a private company, and they can rule their system the way they want. I don't like it, okay? I don't like it because I feel it is like a censorship. But let's take this radio show or any radio show. That's private. The talk show host can let on what he wants. I mean, Rush Limbaugh is very big. He can let on who he wants and not on. I mean, I get what you're saying. There's a freedom of the press, but within the press, there is not a freedom for anyone to express themselves. I wish there was a way that things would not be filtered, but then again, Mark will be quick to bring out, as he did before when a guy said he wanted to start a platform with no censorship. Mark says, well, does that mean you would allow racist comments? Well, you know what? I actually think what would be wrong. Now listen, I am not for racist or hate comments against any race or ethnicity. But what would be wrong if we allowed anyone to say anything? We can simply choose not to follow them. I mean, I guess you could say, well, you're not supposed to do that. Well, I don't know. I just don't know. But Art, I don't think your lawsuit would go anywhere.
No, mine would be under contract law.
But there is no contract with you.
If you sign up for here's my proposition, that when you sign up for Twitter,
yeah,
they get a benefit, right? So you have an offer, they offer you a product, right?
Yeah, the benefit they're getting are your eyeballs.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And the right to sell your information.
Right, that's right.
So that's their compensation for your
no, I get it. But I'll bet you
is that you get to listen to the people you follow unless they violate the terms of service.
Yes, but that's what they're saying. They violated the term. You're exactly right. In the terms of service, you agree not to do certain things, and there you go, Art. You just said it. They're saying that Trump, and if that's who you're talking about, or anyone, listen, they're saying it violates terms of service to have certain hate speech. Now, when Antifa does it, it's not violating service. That's hypocrisy, but that's up to them. There's no law that says they can't be hypocritical. Honest to God, there's no law that makes them objective. I, honest to God, feel that they have a double standard. I really do. I mean, and I'm not saying that as a political statement. If you can't see that double statement, for God's sakes, look at all the rioting, look at all the calls to rise up against the police and all of that went on after Floyd's death, and then look at Look, I don't want to get into it because it sounds too political, but it's not. There's a double standard in this country, okay? There's a double standard. For example, when our president, and I want Biden to succeed, I want him to be wildly successful, but when he said he wanted unity, and then he says we have to fight lies and all of that, ask him who's lying. Just ask him, well, who are the liars? Yeah. He'll tell you. Everyone on the right is lying to you. So is that unifying? Art, I'm just saying, I know what you're saying, but I don't think there is a legal grounds for anybody to say to Twitter or to Facebook or to Google or to anyone that they must do a certain thing a certain way. It's a private enterprise. Now, you know what? Listen, here's what's funny. All of us who don't want government interference almost think that it's okay if we do it to preserve freedom of speech. And it's almost an oxymoron. More government control to assure freedom. Think about that, like an oxymoron. But listen, I am sure better brains than mine have considered class action suits. I just don't think it's something that will work. I don't like the state of affairs. And again, here's what I don't like most, is that we can't see the hypocrisy. You see, I see hypocrisy, and I can look at both sides and see hypocrisy. Why aren't, I wonder if my fellow Americans are feeling this way. My God, they're sick and tired of it. I've said this before. What does unity and diversity mean? It means what I want it to mean. You are unified and diverse if you fit my definition and agree with me. When they say diversity, are they talking about Muslims and Christians, or just Muslims or just Christians? When they talk about diversity, are they truly talking about all people of all faith and all ethnicities? No. They have their definition, and then the other side has their definition. I hate, but listen, again, these are just societal issues, all right? I'm not talking Republican and Democrat. I'm just saying, if you don't see hypocrisy all over, point out hypocrisy to me. I love it all day long. Do we have Cam Solar yet on, Suzanne, to answer Ira? Okay, she's on the phone. We'll have to figure that out. Hudo, I'm not sure.
Yes.
I'm not sure what is happening now, Hudo. You called earlier. What did you call about before?
Called about, how you doing, Tom?
Good, Hudo. What did you call about? You want to clarify something, but first I want to bring our callers up to speed on your original call. What was it about?
Okay, it was about some real estate transactions that the state claimed were fraudulent transactions.
Right, I remember this. And did we get disconnected or something? Because I wanted to talk to you about it. You said that there were some real estate transactions for millions of dollars that looked like they were fraudulent, and you were convicted, and you wanted to see what you could do about it. Did you go through a trial?
I went through a trial, and I tried the case pro se because of the issues that happened prior to trial. So those are the issues that I really don't want to try to litigate on your radio show, because the issue is still ongoing right now.
But you were accused of taking out fraudulent mortgage loans, right?
Correct.
With a group of people, right?
Right. Right. And if they were fraudulent, I had nothing to do with it, because I did not do any of the loans. I focused on the.
And why are you in jail?
Because they say that I orchestrated it, and that's what I'm trying to prove that I didn't.
Were any other people indicted and found guilty?
Yes, but they didn't go to prison.
They said you were the ringleader.
Yes.
And that you made millions? Where the money went?
The money went to the properties. No, they couldn't find it. So what they did was they did everything to eliminate that evidence, which went to mens rea, which is the intent. They fought to eliminate it, and I had an attorney that presented a motion to dismiss the case based on those evidence, and then she was removed just all of a sudden. And then they put somebody else in who came in and undermined all the evidence. I have some things written down that I would like to email to you. You can look at it.
All right, why don't you do that? Hold on. Why don't you do that? I need to take Cam Solar right after the break. Cam Solar on our referral list at referralist.com to answer a question about service and about grounding and all of that right after this.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes. This is the Rob Kaminsky Show.
Now, Impact Traffic. Michael Brown at Denver's talk station, HOW, Denver.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Sports Traffic Center. Travel around the Mile High City freeway system for the most part in decent shape. However, just getting word of a crash from CDOT eastbound 6th Avenue. It looks like the left lane of the ramp onto southbound I-25 there at that spot is blocked. Police are arriving to the scene, so watch out for delays. They're working on a rollover crash on northbound Highway 85 at 104th. Best to avoid that area until the crash is cleared. And off highway, watch out for road work at 70th and York, another area to avoid. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Going to be partly sunny today with a high near 52. Right now it's partly sunny, and we're sitting at 46.
Even offered to pay half the replacement cost, which is neither here nor there for you. Tom just wants to use you guys. It's a good time to give you guys some love on the air and get your all's name out there, and then also just get your expertise on how solar systems work. Oh.
Hey, I'll get you right over to Susan.
Okay. Okay. So do you think you're not comfortable coming on then? Should we be calling someone else in your at Cam Solar? Okay. Okay.
In common, simplyfloorsinc.com. Simply Floors Inc. All the major floor coverings, waterproof carpet, waterproof LVT. They have hardwoods, they have laminates, they have engineered floors of all kinds. And all you have to do is make your own appointment, and they'll come to you, or you can go to them. Simplyfloorsinc.com. That's INC, simplyfloorsinc.com. Better prices, better financing, better warranty.
Benjamin and I were on the same page. So, okay, but you can talk in general about how it works. Let me try to go get that to Tom. Hang on. Shannon, how much time do I have, or do they got spots?
3.5.
Said, I can tell you that inverter is going to have to be replaced regardless.
Okay.
So do you want to use them?
Yeah, now let's just, because I don't
I just don't want you to ask him a bunch of technical questions. He made that clear.
Can he also find the templars?
He said not this quick. He says they have no way of getting us out to those guys in the field. That's what he said.
Enter your address and get started with a free valuation. It's that easy. That's Orchard.com. Again, Orchard.com.
This is Brent Ivinson with Ideal Home Loans, and rates are still at record lows, but you don't want to play the waiting game because you're likely to get burned. Call Ideal Home Loans today where you can take advantage of our interest rate guarantee and cash in on some of the lowest interest rates we've ever seen.
Technical questions. If I give you a heads up, would you be able to get me in touch with a tech? Or you're saying that's really difficult to do, they're out in the field? Gotcha. Okay. Right. Okay, so, let's use you for this, and let's get Cam Solar's name out there, okay, on the air. So hang tight. Thank you for your time, man.
I don't really feel comfortable continuing to do more and not getting things like
I mean, that's basically what I'm doing for just all the blog posts and stuff. I was like, I'm only basically doing board off stuff for 2 hours. Basically, At this point, I'm just a social media.
Troubleshooter Show, what is your first name? Spell that for me.
Yes. So, posting and
Luba. Hi, Luba. In a sentence or less, what would you like to talk to Tom about on the show today?
Maybe it'll change, but if it doesn't.
Luba, you're going to have to speak up. You bought a what? And a what? Oh, a self-cleaning juicer. That sounds yummy. And what's the problem? Give me the simple. You're going to give Tom all the details. Okay, where did you buy it from? Online? You bought it online? You bought it from TV. Bought a self-cleaning. Okay, well, okay, hang tight. Listen to the phone when you hear your name. Come on and tell Tom about this. We'll see how we can help you, okay? They don't want to return it. Okay, tell Tom that, please. Hang on.
Your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the show. Let's talk to Cam Solar for Ira. Now, Ira, now Kevin's not a tech, but he is with Cam, and he knows a little bit about solar. We can get a hold of one of their techs later on, but right now, I just want to ask some general questions to Kevin. Kevin, Ira said that when his solar system was originally installed years ago, they did a positive ground because it was recommended by the panel manufacturers that they do a positive ground to prevent corrosion. And I'm not sure how that works, but have you ever heard of that? Yeah. It's a roof mount. It's a roof mount. Ira? It was a company called Simple Solar out of Boulder. They're out of business. Well, here's what happened. The roof was replaced or fixed or whatever. And when Ecology Solar came out, they said, your system is wired wrong. It has a positive ground. So they changed it to a negative ground. And the first time they fired it up, it blew an inverter fuse. And then they supposedly changed that fuse. And everything was working. However, the solar system is putting out way less than it used to. So did Ecology Solar mess anything up? It's probably too old. It's probably too old to do that, Kevin.
But if they were the last ones to touch it and they touched it prior to the end of the warranty, they should definitely be the ones that would come out and take a look at it. Have they responded at all? Or
no, they're not. As far as Ira, did you tell them you're having a problem since they left?
Yeah, I talked to him several times, and the technician came out several times and checked the solar panels, and he said everything's working right. But
yeah, but you know, how do you know it's not putting out the same juice?
Well, I can tap on the inverter, and it lights up, and it shows me how many watts it's putting out that day to the net metering. And it keeps going down to about 3,000 to 4,000.
And it used to be what? And it used to be what?
About 46 to 48, 4.8 to 5 kW. You know, like...
Lord!
What?
I'm just
it's
a lot of technical stuff.
No, that's not technical. Here's what he said. It was putting out 3 kW. Now it used to put out 5. Now it's putting out 3. I think people, even if they don't have any knowledge of anything, knows that 3 is less than 5. Here's the bottom line. The only people who touch the damn system, ecology. So what I'm asking is, Kevin, how much is an inverter?
Inverters can range anywhere between 3,000 and 8,000, depending upon what you need and the install work being done.
Now, was that inverter toward the end of its life anyway?
It was right on the cusp. They, like I said, typical inverters have a 10-year warranty.
Yeah, but I'm talking about lifespan. How long do they typically last?
10 years for a typical string inverter.
So, Ira, here's the problem. Even if these guys did you wrong, we are up a game old issue. What did they really take from you? Do they owe you a new inverter? Probably not, even if they destroyed that one, because it was getting toward the end anyway. You see, Kevin, this is a big problem we have, but it has nothing to do with solar in and of itself. It's that if they did ruin it, I mean, he may have had to replace it anyway, even if they didn't do it. But here's another question I have in general, Kevin. We have a problem with solar systems in general in the whole metro area and Colorado and the country in that most companies, they go out of business, okay? Now, I know Cam Solar's been around a long time, but most companies go out of business. So when they install a system and go out of business, who do you get to service it? Most companies don't want to service other people's stuff. Is that right?
Some don't, but we will. We'll gladly take a look at it.
Okay, that's great to know. Now, I want you to know, and I want to make that clear, that Cam Solar will look and service other systems. You can call them at 720 or 7777.
Tell your smart device to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio. Then you can hear Ross Kaminsky in the morning, Dan Kaplis in the afternoon.
Getting 630 KHOW from iHeartRadio.
Denver's talk station. Available on over 2,000 devices. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Westera Credit Union.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, let's start off with the good news. That earlier rollover crash northbound Highway 85 at 104th, that's been cleared. All lanes are back open. Got a crash on the ramp eastbound 6th Avenue to southbound I-25. The left ramp lane is blocked. Travel through there with caution. Getting word of a crash coming in off Highway at MLK and Quebec. Police are on the scene. Best to avoid the area if you possibly can. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Going to be partly sunny today with a high near 52. Tonight, partly cloudy overnight, a low around 22.
I am easily amused if you forget.
Stefan and April one day were very excited about something that they kept
fist bumping.
And at one point on the air, Stefan says, "We have been fisting each other all morning."
That's classic.
There you go, Art.
Udo, are you supposed to email something to us? Do you have our email? Oh, I'm so sorry. Help at troubleshooter.com. Now, do you need to send it and I call you back after you send it, or do you want to send it while you hold?
KHOW Troubleshooter, do not run off. I have Susan.
Perfect. Help at troubleshooter.com. And if I don't see it by tomorrow, I'm going to, or here in the next couple hours, I'm going to give you a call and let you know, just so we can make sure we get it. All right. All lowercase. Help at troubleshooter.com. Thank you, Udo. Bye-bye. Troubleshooter Show, what is your first name? What do you have a follow-up on, man? Oh, I have somebody who wants that, by the way. Disabled vet with scooter. He's donating it, or is? Oh no, never mind. I'm thinking of something else, Doc. Forgive me. You're talking about the guy who couldn't afford to transport it. Thank you. Hang on. Transport scooter. Deputy Doc has an update. Four repairs. Oh gosh. There we go. Okay. 717. What time is it? Where is this lady? Colleen. What on earth? $11 at 11:30.
Type of workout you're trying to get in, and I've got it in my home now, so when I work out, I'm not hurting myself, I'm helping myself. And there's no better way to be consistent with your workouts than have it at home, have it available to you any time of the day or night.
Tough stuff on the fitness gallery. You're going to get the best that your money can buy. We have them in stock, and you can pick up today. Having your own home gym is more affordable than you think. Fitnessgallery.com to find one of our Denver Metro locations.
Every 30 minutes.
Now open in Boulder. We can't stop time, but we can help your day be more efficient, get fit, and stay fit.
The IRS doesn't mess around. If they want your money, they'll take it. They can take your paycheck and bank accounts too, even threaten your home or business. Don't take
Well,
the IRS.
his personal friends.
You owe back taxes. The smartest thing you can do is
He was
call
at the store.
Optima Tax Relief.
When
The
I went.
experts at Optima specialize in accounting.
His personal friends live in the house. Oh, wow.
Even tens of thousands. One call starts the process to stop the demand letter, stop aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS from targeting you. But don't delay. It's important to act now while you still have options. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Optima has already resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get
Oh man, this contract, dude.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for your free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 6460. 800
I thought I had it.
6460. 800 343 6460.
Optima Tax Relief. I'm just going to have them teach me to do it. I am sick of to build the digital online contract.
Frequent ups, downs. Don't let market
Like your
endorsement.
Well, you mean the one I did doesn't work, is what you're saying, right? Yours doesn't work, but I'm building one like our referral list one. But when I build it, it's not working, so I got to figure out, oh, okay, are you using my template? Yeah, but it's nothing to do with that. Oh, okay. The verbiage is fine. Okay. What I'm saying is, I'm struggling creating it because I'm near using it. I asked, oh, he can't do it this time? I haven't heard back from him. Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK.
38255. Okay. We have a lot happening, and this solar system problem, just remember that, folks. Cam Solar can help. Let's go to Luba. Luba, what's happening? Luba.
Luba, thank you. I have received a Juicer Power XL, and it's a self-cleaning one.
Now, how does a juicer self-clean?
I don't know, because it did a lousy job.
Oh, okay. So where did you get this? Where did you get it from?
On TV. I heard the advertisement that they had 14 days to try.
As seen on TV.
I've seen on TV, and the cost was $99 something, close to $100. The problem is I have arthritis, and I cannot open this juicer. It's so tight. So I returned it. I received it on the 15th. I returned it on the 19th. To my surprise, the post office charged $104
what?
to return it.
More? Wait. You got paid. Yeah, you paid more. You paid more to return it than the juicer itself.
Well, that's why I didn't return it, and that's why I'm calling you.
Oh, well, what are the terms and conditions? I have it right here. It's the Power XL self-cleaning juicer.
Is it past 14 days now?
They gave you 14 days.
They give you 90 days online here. It says...
yeah, well, it says here on the contract, 60 days money-back guarantee. So I thought, well, I'll never be able to use it. First, it was not cleaning well.
I get it. I get it. But is the whole... Listen, I need to know this. What were the conditions? On this one it says, is it called Power XL?
Yes.
Okay.
But Tom, you received a guarantee with the products. They never tell you on the phone that it will be up to you to pay for the return.
It says you are responsible for the cost of returning the product. It says it right here online. But listen, that's up. No, but hold on, Luba, that's up to you to ask. They don't have to tell you that on the phone.
They don't?
No, they're not required to tell you anything. Now, if they do tell you stuff, it has to be true. Luba, here's what you're thinking. You're thinking, okay, with a 90-day guarantee, I can't lose, or a 60-day guarantee. But it says very clearly on the warranty, you are responsible for the cost of returning. Are you sure it's going to cost that much to return it?
Well, I went to the post office, $104. UPS, it's $50, and FedEx, their computer was down, so I.
How much was the product?
The reason UPS charges less is because they don't deliver, and that's an easy way to do it. They just put it in a truck and it rides around forever. But
that's $50.
No.
That's $50 a product that costs $99.
I know it sucks. Luba, though, there's really no answer here. I want to ask you something. Does it work?
I cannot open it. The handle that you have to pull down, I don't know if you see the picture. The handle that you have to pull down, yes. I had to ask help to put it down. I have arthritis on my body.
That's I understand. I was going to say that's not their fault, but it doesn't say it has to be their fault. They say no matter what, you get a 30-day trial or 90-day money-back guarantee. Now, on the 30-day...
in here, it's here on the contract. It says 60-day money-back guarantee. But you only get that when
Here's what I'm going to do. It's your lucky day.
Yes.
I'm going to have Deputy Smarty Pants, Pitbull, Tenacious.
Good.
Now he will listen. I can't promise anything. He's kind of done some miracles, but because it's clear on the website that you have to pay shipping and handling. Okay, you have to.
Yeah,
but
Tom,
I get
it. I don't have a computer.
Luba, listen, Luba. Do you ever see that YouTube? I always say that. Listen, Linda, do you ever see that YouTube? You got to Google it. It's the funniest YouTube you ever see. Anyway, Luba, what I'm saying is this. Yes. I'm saying that you need to understand something in the future, because I don't want you losing money. I want you to understand that it doesn't matter if they tell you at the time of purchase. They have the option of telling you or not. It's up to you to research what the terms and conditions are. I'm sorry that you got caught with this and you can't use it. Now, I'm wondering is it that hard to pull that lever down? Come on.
I had to have my renter come in and help me to pull it down. It was even hard for him.
Oh, you know what we could do? We could set it up like the Flintstones, where they always had little assistants, little dinosaurs or something to move things. Maybe you have a little dinosaur in the box that pulls it down when you want to juice. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Am I talking totally out of school here with the Flintstones? Every appliance they had had a little animal inside working it. You know, like the dryer, there would be a little animal on a treadmill turning the drum. I don't know. And then a fire-breathing dragon or something heating it. I don't know. Forget it. Listen, Luba, seriously, let's give this to Deputy Smarty Pants to see what he can do. It's the Power XL self-cleaning juicer. She can't take advantage of the warranty. It costs more to send back.
This is Brent Ivinson with Ideal Home Loans, and as we all spent time at home during 2020, we realized that maybe there's some things we need to do around the house. If you're looking to get that home improvement project started in 2021, we can have you tapping into your equity to do so, and believe it or not, you can borrow at the lowest interest rates we've ever seen. Take advantage of tapping into your home's equity and let your home fund your remodeling project.
Phone number so I can send this over to my deputy to give you a call. Then you're going to give him some information about the company so he can give them a call, and maybe we can help you out. We'll try. Luba, what is your phone number? Okay, I'm looking at my caller ID to confirm that, and that was right. I heard you right. And then what is the name of that company that you bought the juicer from? Okay, but Power XL self-cleaning juicer? It's a Power XL juicer off a TV. Okay, but you have a phone number you can give. I know, self-cleaning. I understand. Hey, Luba, that's the only reason I haven't bought myself a juicer. I just buy the juice already juiced. But it does look yummy. Every time I think about throwing some spinach and tomatoes and carrots and fruits in, it just sounds so enticing, but I don't want to clean up the mess, and no one's going to clean it up for me. All right. Okay. Okay, let me repeat that Power Juicer company number back. You said it's 973-287-5165? Okay, but my deputy is still going to call you because he's going to need to get your full name and some information from you. Just so you know, my deputy's name is Marty, okay? Marty. Okay, Luba. And then if we get you resolved, we're just going to ask that you come back on and tell Tom and our listeners, okay? Yeah, glad you put the warning out there, and I'm sorry it doesn't work. You can't get it working, and it's ridiculous. Okay. All right, Luba, be back in touch. You have a really nice day. Bye-bye. Sorry to keep you waiting. What is your first name? You have a comment on it? All right, hang on, Bill. Hang tight. Comment on juicer return. Have a follow-up with Colleen. Mount Olivet burial contract. 482. Shit. 483. Follow up. Mount Olivet. Colleen! It's Suzanne with the Martino Show. How are you doing today? Okay, I'm good. I know you don't like coming on the air, but we appreciate it. We'll keep it short and sweet, okay? So we're at break right now. When Tom does bring you on, he'll probably have you just give a quick recap of the issue that came in for the listeners who didn't hear you, and then you can tell him you got your check, and we'll be happy. Colleen, you hang tight. Oh, you're welcome. You hang tight and listen to the phone, please. Now, leave that burial. Dan, are you on Access? Dan says he is on Access. You couldn't hear him?
No, not yet.
What Access are you on?
Police are reporting no arrests following protests conducted at the Colorado State Capitol yesterday. Some burned American flags, and police had to
recall.
but overall, the demonstrations were relatively.
I did not, but I did hear about the woman with the juice who wants to return it. Yes. Luba with the juicer.
Last year, to limit parking and promote social distancing during the pandemic, staff will still restrict.
Luba's number.
Colorado Avalanche scored for their third straight win tonight against the Kings in LA. That's the latest. I'm Chuck Buck. Now, impact traffic. This report is
all right.
sponsored by
I'll be right back, guys.
Union.
The best right towards traffic. There are a couple of crashes. Watch out when you drive across town. Cruise from the scene of a wreck on Sixth Avenue southbound I-25. The left ramp lane is blocked for Troubleshooter. Also watch out
Gotcha now.
Highway and MLK and Quebec.
Are you on two? Yeah.
On the highway drive, you're wide open across town. No delays in I-25 or I-31.
What's that? Oh, you need to be able to? Yeah. What were you asking me? That will you be able to talk during the show? Is that what you just said? Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm not potting you up randomly. If he comes to you, I'll bring you up.
Is that a little bit more than my desire to spread my wings or prove to people that I can be some
dramatic actress.
If you like listening as much as I like talking with interesting people, then go to Here's the Thing on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Dan Kaplis. My parents always told us that we were put on this earth to make a difference, each in our own way. Our law firm lives by that motto. We are here to make a difference. We're privileged to make a big difference in the lives of our clients, and often our cases help make lots of other people safer in Colorado and across America. We are a serious firm for serious cases. If you would like our help, give me a call at 303-770-5551 or hit dankapleslaw.com. That's dankapleslaw.com.
It's Ross Kaminsky. Mornings at 6. We had Republican Congressman Ken Buck join us to talk about his experience during the Capitol riot. Now we'll have the Democrat Jason Crow. The former Army Ranger joins us Friday morning, 7:05, here on 630 KHOW.
It's your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword green to 200-200.
I made it. Thank you, sir. Okay, so Paul said he looked at a.
Tino, your troubleshooter, welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. If you want relief from some pain and inflammation, anxiety, I love CBD products, especially Panacea Life Sciences. RealCBDThatWorks.com. Put Tom in the promo code. Get 30% off. You will be amazed at what it does for you. RealCBDThatWorks.com. I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. You get 30% off. Put Tom in the promo code. RealCBDThatWorks.com. Okay, so we have a comment on that juicer. You know, it pisses me off, but that's the way it is. You buy a juicer for $99. You got a 30-day or 60-day trial, whatever it is. Online, it's 90 days, but you're responsible for sending it back, and it costs $100. Now, you could send it by UPS. That'll only cost you $60 or $50, but that drives around on a truck for weeks and never gets there. But at least you get it out of your hair. I have a funny story. Do you think I'm plagued? Do you think I'm cursed? Let me get us first. I'm going to get a comment on that by Bill. Bill, you got to comment on that juicer. Then, Mark, I'm going to tell you yet another consumer problem. Mark believes that I'm cursed because he says these problems can't happen to just you all the time. Suzanne, you think I'm cursed too. If there's going to be a consumer problem, I'll have it, right?
Can't wait to hear.
That's why. Wait, okay, I ordered a toolbox. You're never going to.
Oh,
Do you remember
dear.
what I told you about UPS? They delivered, I ordered one thing, and they simply changed the address and delivered it somewhere. Well, it wasn't random. It was to my office. But how the hell would they know it was my office? I mean, in other words, how do they know, unless they say, oh, that's Tom Martino, he's at iHeart. So they took my home address label and took it off and put another one over the top of it. And then delivered it to an empty office. And that's what UPS did on their own. They changed my address on their own. The shipper didn't tell them to do it. They never called me and told me they were doing it. If it wasn't for some guy happening to see that box out there and say, oh, Tom isn't coming in. He doesn't, because the building was empty at the time. That's the only reason I'm saying this. They had no way of knowing it would get to me, but they dropped it there anyway. So when I call them, they say, oh, we show it as being delivered. I say, it doesn't matter. It wasn't delivered to me. Anyway, I got another one. Wait till you hear this one. Now, Bill, what is your comment on the juicer?
Well, it has not the juicer, but I had something on an infomercial thing.
Oh, okay.
I ordered it. Long story short, I charged this thing forever. It never would charge. So I got a hold of them. They said, send it back. So my wife went to the post office.
Yeah.
It was like in Canada.
Yeah.
It'd be like $95.
What happened?
Well, we brought it home.
Yeah.
Screw you guys. Send me the postage, or come take me to court here. And they told me keep it, and they gave me the money back, and that was it.
Oh, so did you ever use it?
No, it never worked. It would never charge. It was one of those little small battery jump starters.
Okay, well, I know what you mean, yeah. Thank you, Bill. Bill always has interesting stories. All right, now, Colleen has a follow. Oh, wait, Deputy Doc has some follow-up. Sorry, Deputy Doc, sorry, bro. Okay, Deputy Doc, one of our fabulous deputies, retired MD. He delivered about 40,000 babies over the years. Anyway, he's helping us out always. Hey, Doc. I exaggerate. How many do doctors keep track of how many babies they deliver?
No, because I delivered 20 babies my first day as an intern, and that's when I stopped counting.
Oh, wait, honest to God, in some days you do. How do you do 20 babies?
It was like I was in a big city hospital in New York, and it was like a conveyor belt. It was unbelievable.
Do you get tired of saying, oh, he's so cute, oh, she's so cute? What do you do? I mean, do you have one line that fits them all? Oh, yeah, it's a baby.
Yeah, you can't say it's the cutest. You have to say it's one of the cutest.
Oh.
That way you're off the hook.
It's breathtaking.
Right.
I'll never forget. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. You were working on this disabled vet. I want to bring our listeners up to speed. He had a scooter that he fixed up, and it broke down. He wanted to get it fixed. We kept asking. Listen to this. We kept asking if there was something we could do for him, like getting him a new one. He didn't want it. He wanted that one fixed. Yet he would have qualified for a new one free, but he didn't want it. So what happened?
Well, he must have thought I was a dentist, not a doctor, because it was like pulling teeth getting this guy. I finally was able to get somebody out there to take a look at his scooter. They said the motor's gone, and it would cost between $600 and $700 to replace it, and it wasn't worth it.
So what? What is he going to do?
Well, he's going to go through the VA and get a new one.
Good. He's better off.
Yeah, this was about 2 weeks ago, and I had such a hard time dealing with this guy that it must have taken me 15 phone calls to try and get him a response from him. But the bottom line is we did get somebody out there to take a look at it, and they said it's not worth repairing.
Good.
And he's going to go through the VA and get a new one.
Thank you, Deputy Doc. Appreciate it. Any other follow-ups?
Nope. Well, I'm working on the one with Fitness Gallery.
Oh, yeah, they're good people. Call them. Right, they should take care of it.
I did call them.
Yeah.
I called them, and we have the consumer in touch with the manager.
Good.
So he's going to call me and let me know when it gets resolved.
All right. Thank you very much, Deputy Doc. Lost track of babies. Now, the burial contract. Colleen, she has a follow-up on that? All right, we have a lot of follow-ups, folks. We're helping people. I want to remind you, get your calls in. Also, tell people on Nextdoor and everywhere else about 303 Martino. What's great is you can get in and get help by simply calling 303 Martino and say, I need help. It's about this, about a car. Leave a number. We get back to you. So you don't have to call and stay on hold, but you can call. I mean, obviously, we will take all of your calls, even if you call right now, 303-713-TALK, or you can call anytime 303-MARTINO. It'll come here live, or it'll go to our voicemail, and we will get back to you. So Colleen's living proof of that. Well, hold on. Now, Colleen, what's this? First, tell us the original problem, okay? I like to bring my listeners up to speed. What was the original problem?
Okay. We live in Fort Collins, and about 7 years ago, we purchased a burial plot at Mount Olivet, a Catholic cemetery in Wheatridge. But last year with the COVID raging, we started to think about mortality and realized we didn't want to be buried at Mount Olivet. We wanted to be buried up here around our family. And so the contract with them stated that you could cancel this burial plot and get a refund minus 15%. And when I contacted them, I was told that the burial plot doesn't count repeatedly, but we knew what we signed, and I was afraid we were stuck, so I called you.
And who'd we put on it?
You had Daphne call them.
Oh, good. And what happened?
And she called them, and then shortly after that, they contacted me and apologized profusely for the misunderstanding. And then Tuesday, we received the check.
That is so cool, Colleen.
I really, really appreciate it, Tom. It would not have happened without your intervention, and so I appreciate you and Daphne and your team.
Yeah, Deputy Dap does a great job. We love them all. Thank you very, very much, Colleen. We can add that to our total. Yay. I'll find out how much that was, Suzanne. We're, millions of dollars we recover in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services. All right, I was talking about hypocrisy. One thing to contemplate. On the day of inauguration, there were protests and riots by Antifa. You never saw it, ever, on most mainstream media. Ever. You look it up. There were riots, there was burning, and there was destruction on the day of the inauguration. But you will never see it, ever, on mainstream media. Find it. You won't find it. Okay? You just won't. They won't cover it. You call that hypocrisy? I do. Again, I'm down on, I'm not political here, I'm down on the media. Our media sucks all over, including local.
If you're within 5 years of retiring, Allworth Financial is hosting a New Year retirement workshop that should...
But you don't have to use your real name, Debbie. We could change that up. Are they kids? Is it a bunch of kids that live there? They're grown adults? Grown adults and they play that. How many doors down? Are you guys in a townhome and they're in a townhome and play their music super loud? Have you tried approaching your neighbors yourself to say, gosh, could you turn
information, call an attorney, a specialist, John Fuller. He'll answer your questions free of charge. He'll tell you if he can help you. If you hire him, it's still no money out of pocket. It's on contingency. So call when you need him. Please, 303-597-4500. 597-4500. Look for John Fuller on my referral list at referrallist.com.
Peak Performance for Men has helped thousands of guys, just like you, overcome erectile dysfunction with just a few short in-office appointments. Our ED treatment is non-invasive, painless, and will have you back to your natural form, guaranteed. That's right, they guarantee the results or your money back. Don't continually waste.
What were you talking about on
interrupt your intimate moments and just master you. Fix.
tell me it's a bad idea? But to reach out to property management and go, okay, is it a rental next to you or what? Do you have any idea? Do they own it or do they rent? Are you a renter too?
commercial that happens to run in the schedule for makeups. It's one of those silos, but they never buy locally. This is from my daughter. Now listen to my daughter.
Blue Sky CBD. You've heard me talk about the deals give me with hip pain after mowing, and you've heard how much the chemical.
Good morning. Happy to answer your questions, man. My understanding is that you are independent. We have some leeway, but we can't rock the boat. The Air Competing Mortgage Company to Air Competing. Are we on, Mark? I don't want to talk about this.
Yes, right. I told you to email him in the first place.
I understand that. I understand that for response. I understand that. I just was going by my contact because I didn't want to disrespect that. But I got the talk, but here's the other thing.
You deserve. You'd be amazed at the reviews at Blue Sky CBD.
And I'll talk
Use
one more.
promo code KNOW for 30% off and try the same bulb I use for only $14. You're not going to be disappointed.
What's the bottom line, though? No, I mean that's the bottom line.
No, it's not. Have some conditions here.
Here, just shoot it over.
No, I want to talk to you because the conditions have nothing to do. I want to talk to you. I don't want to do it right now with everyone listening. It's just business shit here.
They'll even give you a free consultation on your servers and storage devices to develop a custom solution to
And it's kind of like we need some strategy here.
Get special financing.
And I know you'll know, so I'll talk to you.
On business computers with Intel Core processors.
Oh.
Call it Dell. 877. That's Dell.
Right now, Allstate has almost as many ways to save as there are types of music.
You guys, this is a good one. Line 1, neighbors, she's in a townhome. Neighbors moved in 3 weeks ago. She has filed 30 complaints. Called the police. They play the music so loud you can hear the words through the walls. The police won't do anything. The property management company won't do anything. 2:30 this morning, they're still playing their music. You got me? I think we should reach out to the landlord and the property management company and have them do something about it if the police isn't going to do anything. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Mark, you got it?
Yep.
Oh, I'm not talking to you. You're in a bad mood.
Why? You better get in a good mood. We're blessed.
Come on, Mikey.
Yeah, you do seem like you got heavy shit on you.
So that you can go out in this competitive market and make an offer that's like making an offer with cash. Gone are the days getting caught up in the bidding war. At Ideal Home Loans, you don't have to. And if you need help with a real estate agent, we can refer you to one that we trust.
I gotta get You know what, Mark? My laptop cannot sit through a show without being charged. What do you think? Fucked, isn't it?
I've said Apple's a piece of shit.
Oh, shut up. Actually, let's do a speed test and I'll beat you every time. How about that?
Speed test of what?
We go to the same speed test of up and down modem. The modem in this is better than yours. Right now. Right now. I need to take it.
What are we trying to do? I guess I don't understand what you're saying.
Transferable lifetime warranty. Call 1-800-GET-WINDOWS for their largest discount ever, 40% off.
There you go. Station 630 KNOW.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter,
303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. How can we help you? We want to solve your problems. We want to answer your questions and take your complaints. I want to tell you about a true story now, okay? I order a toolbox, Mark, from Home Depot. You got to listen to this, Suzanne. And I put an address on there, okay? It's a toolbox, and I put an address on there. Now, the address is for, let's say, my man cave. It's a hangar, okay? People get deliveries all the time. So, I call Home Depot. They say it's on its way. It'll be there between the 15th and the 20th. I'm not getting any updates. So finally I get an update because I make them put my email in there and I get an update. They also have my phone number. They texted me updates. So they say between the 15th and 20th, always. They say it was out for delivery on the 15th. By the 20th, I hadn't gotten it, so I call Home Depot finally. And I say, look, they keep saying I'm going to get my toolbox. It was going to be delivered by freight because it's big. It's going to my hangar. I'm supposed to get it on the 15th to the 20th. They said on the 15th it was out for delivery, the tracking number. So I call Home Depot finally on the 20th, yesterday. They said we show it was delivered on, listen to this, on the 7th. And I said, on the 7th? Where? And they said, somewhere in Aurora. And I said, you show it delivered somewhere in Aurora. Yes. And I said, I don't have it. And then he starts looking into it and he says, oh, something's weird here. And I said, why? He said, well, it says it's out for delivery on the 15th, but it was delivered on the 7th. Now, only me, folks, I swear to God, only me. And I said, wait. So the guy went out to deliver it on the 15th, went back in time and delivered it on the 7th. And where was it delivered? And he said, somewhere in Aurora. I'm not at liberty to give you that address. We need to investigate it because now it's a lost package. And I said, well, how about this? Since I ordered it and it's like $1,200, I want my money back. No, I'm sorry. You need to dispute it with your credit card because we show it delivered. I say, do you show it delivered to the address on there? Well, no. I said, then it wasn't delivered. So now, that's how Home Depot left it with me, that I have to dispute it. Then he says, then we'll get involved. I said, but you're involved now. Yeah, but that's a different department. In other words, he didn't know what to do. So he said, I want you to dispute it with your credit card. All right. That's a true story, folks. Only me. Alejandro, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. Tom, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Well, I was calling because I applied for the 401k CARES Act withdrawal.
Yeah.
And I got an email where they said that they were going to start processing that application, and the due date for
so what were you applying for exactly? How much?
I was withdrawing $15,000
from your 401k. For what reason?
Well, I had COVID, and I had my kids at the house, and expenses started piling up.
Was it a loan?
I had to hire a babysitter, and
okay, are you allowed? Okay, help me out here. Is there something I don't know about? Like, in other words, did they allow us to take distributions from retirement without some kind of penalty?
Not without some kind of penalty, but they did have some rules in place that were pretty good.
Were they? But you still have to pay your income tax on it, right?
I would sure assume so.
Why don't you tell us, Alejandro, what were the conditions?
Yep. So you still have to pay up the taxes, but there's no penalty for withdrawal.
No penalty, but you had to pay taxes.
Yep, because, I mean, if you withdraw before, I think it's 53, you have to pay a penalty of another probably 15% or something like that. So with this CARES Act, you were able to withdraw without the penalty.
All right, so what happened? What went wrong?
Well, they told me they started processing the application and everything. But, and then money usually takes about 2 weeks for them to put it in a direct deposit.
Yeah.
And so it's been probably like 20 days, and I call in to see where it was, and they said that they didn't do the application.
So you never got the money?
I never got the money.
So what do you need now? I mean, can you do it again, or is it expired? In other words, you're hurting for money. I understand that, but go ahead.
Since it's federal, there's a deadline, and it was December 30th. So now it's too late.
Oh, my God.
To do the withdrawal.
It's just too late?
Yep.
I wonder, well, it's not like you can, what are we going to do in a case like that? I don't get it. Like, you were allowed to do it for a short amount of time, and now you can't because they never sent it. Why didn't they process it?
They said that they put it in the queue and in a different queue, and it wasn't processed on the correct time.
Okay, I got to figure out what to do. What if you do it now, and just will they automatically take the penalty out?
Well, I'm still waiting to hear from them to see what they could do, but I was just wondering what are my options now? What could I do?
Okay.
I mean, are they somewhat liable?
Well, the government. You mean the government?
No,
this was your administrator. Oh, yeah. Now that is a different story. You're right about that. Who is your administrator?
So it's so I guess there's like different branches. So
you know what, Mark? This is truly a case where this guy's been damaged. Do you have proof of your request that was done during the right time?
Yep. So the employers filed it, and they got an email where they sent an email back that it was already being processed.
Okay, good. Hold on. Your employer has that for you, right? Proof?
Yes.
Mark, I'll tell you what I would do. I would take it out, and I would sue them in small claims court for the penalty. I swear to God I would. Because you have proof from your employer. Now listen, I would ask them to pay it. The name, we have to figure out how to contact your administrator. Can you get us a name and number for your administrator?
I don't have that with me right now because I'm driving.
Here's what I want you to do. Hold on. There's a couple things I want you to do. First, you need to get anything your employer has that proves you put in the request, okay? An email or anything they sent you saying it's in process, okay? That's number one. Then number two, we want some number to call, and your employer might have that, to call the trustee. We will put somebody on this. I think they owe you the money.
Okay. Because now, if I withdraw it now there's penalties.
No, I know that.
There's penalties.
And I think they should have to pay that for you.
Okay. So I guess it was Edward Jones, and then there's another branch called Gold Leaf.
I think they should have to pay that for you. I really do.
Okay.
So we need that information. I want proof that you put it in, the request, it was in process. And when was the deadline?
December 30th.
And when did you put the request in?
I think like the 18th, something.
Okay. All right. You hang in there. Get Suzanne will tell you how to get back in touch with us with that information. And we will put someone on it. 303-713-8255. Susie's next. She says her neighbors are playing music real loud. We'll come to that and more coming up.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino.
I can't believe this, Mark. Why are you getting so much more speed? Are you plugged in, you son of a bitch? Plugged into what? Okay. I'm ready. The artist. Hey, by the way, we're getting complaints that the first 2
Okay.
hours compared to the second 2 hours. Only thing different is you. When Ann takes over, everyone's happy.
Why are they making me? Why are they putting me in the middle of this?
That old lady from earlier, Juicer. I hardly know her. Self-swinging, I doubt it.
Okay. Ron, Ron, pardon me. Your sister has been calling for you, not for herself, correct? Okay, do you want me to send my message? It's not going to be today. I'm going to send it tomorrow or Monday. This guy is super.
You want prices so you can plan your project and you don't feel like making an appointment first. You can get prices on the phone from theartofgranite.com. Quartz is hot. You can get that. Any solid surface, any stone. They're direct stone importers, open 6 days a week, have a golden showroom. You can make an appointment or get a price on the phone or both, 303-386-5919. Wholesale on all materials, and all they charge is fabrication, installation, bathroom free. When you do the kitchen, 303-386-5919.
Research Raccoon can answer any question about your business for less than you think. From a new product to a small tweak on a proven winner, Research Raccoon gives you U.S.-based data.
Easy enough. Sir, give me your phone number again. Say it one more time for me. Okay. I am going to see if I can get you some help, okay? But please understand, Ron, I know you need to get your benefits. They are so inundated right now. I'm trying to be patient with them. In the meantime, hang on. Did you get your vaccination yet? She is? Are you on Kaiser too? I did not know that Kaiser was doing that. I'm a member of Kaiser and I love them, but I didn't know they were doing that for eligible folks. But hang on, let me get this real quick. Hang on, vaccine, because I know I have some information for you. Hang on a minute. Yes, Tommy?
How do I log into live email? Is it live?
No, it's not live anymore. It's been held forever. Yes. Hang on a minute, Ron. It's real easy.
And in all small letters.
Capital T, the rest.
With an explanation after each bank?
No. I'll put it in your hand or something. You want me to email it to you?
Yeah.
Okay. I call exclamation bangs.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's it. Just trouble. Bang, bang. Okay, got it. Okay. Because hey, listen, here's the other thing. Are we limiting access?
Yes, it's just me and you. I'm the only one using that.
Oh. You're not really in it.
I don't mind if you're in it. I just don't want to get confused with getting people lined up and stuff. So that's all. I don't care if you're in it. It's your email. Okay, Ron, hang on. Okay, I'm getting you some information that I believe I have for you. All right. But I know you're getting it through Kaiser, which I'm so happy.
The reason I wanted it.
Hang on, Ron.
The only reason I wanted it, there's an actual Facebook angel that has a phone. I just want to know why I'm invisible. If I can get my thing back.
Your timeshare legally and permanently guaranteed in writing. So if you're ready to finally be free from your timeshare burden, give them a call. Tell them Ross Kaminsky sent you and receive a maintenance fee credit this month only. So call 303-766-2255. That's 303-766-2255 or visit timeshareterminationteam.com today. Timeshare Termination Team. They will get you out.
Greenberry.
Hi, I'm Peter Harris for Grainberry Cereals. If you're starting the new year with a goal to live healthier, then pick up a box or two of the healthiest and most natural cereal in the supermarket. Grainberry, with amazing onyx sorghum, is packed with powerful plant-based antioxidants to help protect your body from free radicals. When we make Grainberry, we care about sugar control. That's why we start with lower sugar than other cereals, then use our whole grain onyx sorghum to help slow sugar absorption. This sugar control, or sugar taming as we call it, helps manage diabetes and prediabetes, and we didn't have to sacrifice flavor to do it. So buy Grainberry cereal with amazing
Man, Gmail's slow today.
Start curbing your sugar today.
It is?
Available
Seems to
in
be.
multi-grain flakes, honey nut toasted oats, and delicious cinnamon frosted shredded. Here you go.
It's Grainberry, healthy
Sure
cereal
why either.
for your family.
630 KHL. An iHeart radio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. We are here to help you solve problems, to answer questions, to take complaints, and to make your life a little easier. That's what we do each and every day. All right, now, Alejandro put in a request to borrow money from his 401k without penalty because there was a window
Let's do
the
that.
government was letting
He
us
said he
do
put
that.
the request in
He
at
said he
work.
put it-
The trustee didn't do it in time, and now he's going to be penalized. I think that since they act as a fiduciary, that they should be held responsible. I do. And I think we can help them. Now, Susie, by the way, our number is 303-713-TALK. Or if you're listening and the show's not on, you're not listening during the normal show hours, weekdays, 10 to 2 in the morning, 10 to 2, and then 2 in the afternoon, you can call 303-MARTINO, and we will promise you we'll call you back, okay, and get you on the show. Suzanne just asked that you put your phone number in there. If you contact us or if you leave voicemail at 303-MARTINO or if you write to us, help@troubleshooter.com. Susie, tell us about your neighbors.
Okay, they moved in 3 weeks ago. The first day they moved in, they just blasted the music. We went over and asked them to please turn it down, and they won't. The music will be on at least 14 hours at a time. This morning it was still on at 2:30.
Oh my God! Wait! Are you telling me 14 hours?
Yes, 14 hours.
Whoa!
We live in a townhouse complex. We have turned in over 30 complaints to the management. They don't do anything. We have called the police several times. Sometimes they show up, sometimes they don't. And when they see the police coming, they turn the music down. This is out of control. And I just need some peace. We've lived here 10 years, and we've never had this situation. And I don't know what to do.
Golly. So the landlord does. There must be other tenants upset with this, right?
Well, we've checked with the landlord. They are upset, but they don't complain.
How does the landlord know that?
Because we live in townhouses. I'm on one side of them. We know the girls on the other side of them. And we've talked to them, and they've never complained.
Okay, why?
Actually, I didn't ask them that.
Okay, now,
do you wear hearing aids?
Why do you ask
No.
that? Why do you ask that?
But I am a senior.
Mark, they can hear the words, the lyrics through the walls at 2:30 in the morning. That's ridiculous.
Now, Susie, so there's, in the townhome development, you, the noisy guy, and the neighbor of the noisy guy. Okay, there's 3 of you, or how many townhomes in that building?
6.
6?
There's 6 in the building. There's 30 townhomes
I get
in the
it.
complex.
I get it. The 6 in that building, are they row 1 through 6, or are they staggered
Yes.
like some in the back, some in the front? Okay, so it's just a row of 6 houses.
Yes.
Okay, now, are the only ones affected you and the person on the other side of noisy neighbor?
Yes.
That's the problem here. Okay, so, and they're all privately owned, right?
No, these are owned by a landlord.
Oh, so you're renting.
It's a yes.
Is
and
it
it's managed
is it a
through
one-story townhome?
3.
Well, 2 and then the garage is under the...
No, I get it. It's a tri-level, right? A tri-level. So there are 6 tri-level townhomes in a row, and the noise. If you counted from left to right the townhomes, what number is noisy neighbor?
3.
Okay, and you're number 2.
No, I'm number 4.
Okay, and the other person's number 2. So 2, 3, and 4 are the ones involved here. Okay, I got you. What do you suggest, Mark? What do you do?
Do you have number 2's phone number?
No, we just go knock on their door.
Where is this place?
Have you ever talked to Noisy Neighbor, number 3, Noisy Neighbor?
Yes, and every time you talk to them or every time the police are here, the music gets worse.
Well, hold on.
They specifically said that we couldn't do anything.
Well, you know, this is a tough one. It really is. It's a tough one. Tell me about Noisy Neighbors. Who are they? Young kids, older people, what are they? Tell me about them.
No, the one fellow is 37, and the other fellow I'm going to assume is about the same age.
They're heavy metal. They're heavy metal about that age, right? Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
No, they're not. This is Spanish music.
Ah, okay. You mean actual... Okay. So, this is crazy.
What do we do, Tom?
I don't know. This is a good... I mean, you know, here's the thing. Does the landlord have an obligation? If they're breaking any ordinances or laws, that's the thing. I don't know how bad it is. Have you ever tried to record it from your place? On your phone or anything? What's that, sir?
It's mostly white noise. Like laptop and phone mics don't pick it up well enough to be able to play it back.
I know what you mean. Is it more of a vibration that with the big bass and all of that? Is that what you're talking, or are you talking more it's actual noise?
It's mainly the bass.
Mm-hmm. Subwoofer or something. And are they mean? Yeah. Are they nice? Do they? You know, what kind of neighbors?
They're dismissive.
Okay. What do they work? Do they ever leave? Do they ever leave during the day? Do they ever? What do they do?
They work randomly. They're movers, so they work when they get work.
Okay, I'm trying to brainstorm. If we got a hold of their number and called them directly, would they put it together with you immediately?
Probably.
So
yeah. But they already know she's complaining
anyway. I know,
anyway.
But there would be reprisals is what I'm saying. If we called and said, hey, you know, we're going to legally do this, this, and this, and this, they're going to put it together and give these people a hard time. And that's what I'm saying. I don't want that to happen. But you think maybe they would give you a hard time if we called them? And I think we could scare them legally, but I don't want them getting pissed at you. What do you think?
I don't know. Honestly.
Have you ever thought, listen, I just can't believe
What do you mean legally?
Like send them a cease and desist.
Well, there's nothing legally. See, I don't know what they're doing if it's illegal. Is it against the rules? I mean, have you read your lease? Does it say any? See, here's what I'm getting at. You actually can enforce that lease. You, as a tenant. What's that called? It's called being a third-party beneficiary. What that means is this. Even though the agreement is between them and the landlord, right? You have an agreement between you and the landlord. So therefore, you assume that the other people will honor that agreement. And if they don't, there are cases where you can actually sue the neighbor because they're violating the same lease you're under. It's a third-party beneficiary. For example, let's say somebody was breaking covenants next door to you, and it was affecting your property value. You could say, I'm going to sue you under that because they're violating their agreement. Mark, here's another good example. Let's say there's a coupon book, and a garage promised a $10 oil change. And that garage has a contract with, let's say, Gold Sea. And Gold Sea has a contract with the garage for $10 oil change. You go to get the $10 oil change, they say no. And they say, tough. You can go to small claims court or something under the premise that you are a beneficiary of that agreement they have with someone else. So, as a beneficiary, you should be able to depend on that promise. So that's a stretch, But it's going to cause bad. I don't even know what you sue for, by the way. I don't know what you sue for. You can't sue for money because you don't have monetary damages. I mean, I'm just brainstorming here. How do you deal with a neighbor like that? Now, I'll tell you some ways people have done it in the past, and whether you want to do that or not is up to you. We'll come back to you and more right after this.
Tell your smart device to play.
I'd wait till they're sleeping, but they said they can't even pick it up with the phone or a recorder. I mean, that's why I have to stay up hearing aids. Like, what's going on there? And the other people are complaining.
From the Bedford Sports Track.
But what would I do if it was bothering me? I'd bug the fuck out of them when they were sleeping. So that's what I do.
Northbound I-25 and 84th, seeing a little bit of curiosity slowing. Travel through there with caution.
I'd bug the living shit out of them. I'd knock on the fucking wall. I'd do whatever I had to do to get them to quit. If that's the real deal, you know.
Continues off Highway 70 in New York, just to avoid the area. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Going to be partly sunny today. The high near 52. Tonight's going to be clear overnight. The low around 22. Right now it's partly cloudy in the Mile High City and 50. With your impact, traffic and weather. I'm Pete Wagner. 6:30. K.
Love the home but hate the kitchen?
And
Westera can fix that. Get the extra motivation money you need with a new mortgage or a refinance at Westera Credit Union. Connect with a specialist at moremoneymortgage.com. Equal housing opportunity NMLS 421606.
Hey, speaking of loans, let's talk about Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, because you need a house before you get a loan. Frank can work with you on buying homes. They have a buying division. Yes, I always talk about how he can sell your home for more money and quicker, but he also has a buying division headed up by Michael. And they go get things right before they're coming on the market, they find out. And then they slam that thing. Or when things have gone off the market, people got discouraged. They can snatch them up. There are all kinds of tricks they have. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Also, free market valuations of your home. 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com.
Michael Brown here. I'm going to take a minute to talk to you.
Did you expect something?
Have you paid her yet?
Are you slammed on the phone? Things are a little crazy for her.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there, Paul. Let's get you some advice with Tom to figure out how to handle this, okay? I just didn't know there were handy women out there. You hang tight a minute.
I'd like to hand you from I mean, I'd like to.
Suzanne, were you not aware that women can also use hammers? Jeez.
Not this girl. I would hit my thumb before I hit the nail.
Jeez, here. That's crazy.
Okay, Tommy.
Oh, my God.
Let's see.
Okay, this right here is a celebrity page.
Okay.
So, it doesn't allow me to have an identity, but I need to know in this, where do I go to see what email is associated with it? Where do I go to my profile to find all my personal information about this?
I remember this being done in chemistry class. This is the same.
Okay.
Settings, privacy checkup, activity. Oh, settings is right here.
Let me see now.
Okay, there you are. That's what you're using.
For this one. No, that's a contact.
Right. Name, username. That's your username. That's what you're using. I use my email.
Can I edit it? I can edit that if I want.
Sounds like you can edit it.
So this
doesn't look like you have an email associated with it.
So is that, how do I tell?
Oh, here, that's what you're using right there, that Gmail.
Yeah. How do I tell what how do I tell?
No, they can't hear it.
Here's what I'm getting at.
Okay. So how do you tell?
Human anatomy is wonderful.
I don't know.
Human anatomy is wonderful.
That's one thing. Okay, let me go to another.
Okay.
This one is another. This one is.
Those are two different ones?
Right. Yes, they are.
You're kidding.
No, let me show you. Just look.
That's like, what was that?
This is different. This is
wait. Some people can taste this.
No,
Like superbitter taste on
okay,
but then some people can't taste it at all.
So this one, how do you get to there? You went over here.
Settings, yep.
Asparagus.
Settings and privacy.
Some people can smell it.
Now I'm going to take this one off. And how do I go to another one? Do I have to go to English?
Go there.
It's an everybody thing. I don't want to go to another one.
It might make you log out if you're not incognito. So you probably want to go incognito.
Okay, and then I won't have time, but I'm going to ask you something when I do.
Okay.
It's just fucking.
Yesterday, I was spotted by like 1.5.
So
let me know. Get into that one, and then.
Yeah, because I had 2 seconds.
And we're over to the top of the hour where you'll have a little more time.
Normally 90.
All right, cool. Just making sure the last half matches.
Do I have a minute? Or are we going back?
Minute 50.
Suzanne, did you not hear that like loud whining noise he was playing from his phone?
Who?
Shannon, did you hear that?
No.
Good God.
What? Was he making fun of me or something?
No, it's a frequency that only affects people that are like below a certain age because as your hearing deteriorates, you can't hear that frequency anymore, and I can still hear that frequency. So like he's playing like this loud whining noise the whole time you and Tom were talking.
He's saying I'm old.
No,
it's not about you.
No, it's like it's literally biology.
Maybe let me hear.
Can you hear that?
You can hear that.
I can't hear. I can hear that.
You can.
I can. It is like.
Are you fucking with me?
It's like a loud. It's like a loud whining noise. It hurts my ears after a little while.
Can I have that? I want to do that to Tom.
Yeah,
but I got
tone generator.
Yeah, the tone generator. Yeah, like I can. It's like a
you know
super
what? That's
loud
like
whine
the
to
blue
me.
dress that looks pink to some people. Oh, that I hear.
See, when it gets down
that
to
I hear.
11,000, we can hear it.
Now you can hear it, but like when
I get up to 12,000,
now I can hear it.
Yeah, we can't.
Is it because we lost our hearing? And I only have 75% hearing anyway.
Yep.
So
Yeah, because
I found that out.
Because like you were on the phone, and I was like, can you not hear that?
No, I couldn't. I'd probably started crying if I did. That's crazy. You guys do that to Tom. That's cool.
I was like, she would have said something. She would have heard that. She would have done something.
Do I have another call? Nope.
Because that's a fun thing to do to neighbors, young neighbors who are annoying, is crank up about 12,000.
I'll keep that in mind for my roommate.
That is a good idea.
Although it wouldn't really work because it would affect me as well.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Oh, well, no pain, no gain, right, Shannon?
Yeah, man.
They are bankruptcy attorneys there to help you during these tough times. 303-410-1720. The reason I mention them is many people email me and talk to us about bankruptcy during this pandemic. Listen, people will understand. Medical bills, rent, mortgage. They can talk you through it or help you with a fresh start. winkandwink.com, 303-410-1720. So, one thing is to fight fire with fire, as they say, but it's ridiculous. Years ago when I was a kid, I did that. Younger guy, the guy downstairs was blasting. I had friends come over with amplifiers and stuff, and we played, and I set up my drums. It was crazy. It's a battle of the nerves. You can't do that anymore. What do you do, really? Seriously. Now, Susie, I don't know what to do, okay? I mean, this is truly a problem where we need to call the landlord, but they're going to know you're complaining, okay? I don't know if you want to turn up the heat, but I can have someone turn up the heat. Deputy Doc can turn up the heat. He's handled a lot of tenant-landlord problems. Or we can have, Deputy Doc can handle this. He says, here's another thing. Another thing, Susie. We might be able to talk to the other neighbor to verify it privately, maybe see if she's afraid or something. Do you have contact information for the other neighbor?
No, I don't, but maybe I can get it.
If you do, here's what I'm saying. We would contact her discreetly and say, look, we're not trying to make trouble. We're just trying to figure out what to do. And maybe she'll say, well, it's not bothering me, but we'll assure her it's private and confidential. And I assure you of that. We're not going to call or do anything until we, let you know what we're doing. So let's start there. Suzanne, here's my plan for this one. You can mark it as a follow. The very first thing I'd like is just the other tenant. And then we'll take it one step at a time. So, Susie, we do have a plan. So here's what I plan on doing. I want to verify with the other neighbor what's going on and what they think and if they need our help. And then we'll kind of discreetly contact the management company. If we have both of you on each side complaining, that's going to be way stronger. Paul, welcome to the show. What's going on with you, Paul?
Good afternoon, Tom. Thank you for taking my call. I really appreciate it. So,
hey, what's going on, man?
Got on the computer.
Yeah.
Got on the computer and one of those search engines to put in some request for handy person work. And so I got a couple responses and then hired on this one young lady, that handy woman, to do the work on my roof, repair work to a parapet wall. So she shows up, she starts working, and it's taken her a while, and then she comes back a couple times, and then she brings this one fellow with her to help her out. Never knew him, met him before, whatever. And so they do some work, several days, get the work done, and then so about 99% of the work is done, and she took a while to get me the invoice, and I should be getting that later today. But in the meantime, this fella is saying, "Oh, I need to get paid, I need to get paid." I said, "Well, you need to talk to the young lady that brought you. That's who I have the job through, and that's who I'm paying."
All right, hold on. I'll come right back to you, Paul. This sounds interesting. And again, we love helping people with situations like this. At least get clarification, if nothing else. So stick around, please. We'll be right back with more on the Troubleshooter Show, 303-713-TALK.
Are you?
Sure. Let me know when you're ready for it. It is 303-877-5213. Yes, and then okay, let me get in touch with Deputy Ken. I'm going to have him give you a call at this number you gave me. Let's see if we can't get you resolved. It might take a little time, but let's see if we can't get you resolved and get your neighbors to stop the nonsense. Okay, dear. Be back in touch. Thank you much. Bye-bye. So sorry to keep you waiting. What is your first name? Yes. Hang up on me. Fine, hang up.
Second Amendment.
Can't get any legal help. What do you have?
Go ahead and keep your gun.
Ken. Noisy neighbor. Call. Went by Susie. Let me know you got this. 59040. Okay. I'm going to go back in and help Tommy. We have a couple minutes now, right?
Yeah.
See you, Shannon.
Bon Jovi.
Nice working with you.
Secretary answering questions on Capitol Hill today. With the Senate split 50-50, Democrats now have a razor-thin majority. Chuck Schumer now...
Okay, did you get logged into your other one?
Come here. Well, let me on the incognito. I want to show you something, okay? Just let me show you something. So, right here, this says Real Martino. And this. So,
you manage Tom Martino, so that's why that's there.
No, or the other way around.
Right.
This is the manager here. I'm the manager of
dropping several letters
here,
that
this,
I just could not say.
Yep.
And this.
Most specifically,
Right. I manage both.
You
of
can
those.
switch between the two.
But this is the identity that's managing
when
this.
she was approached
Yes.
to the form, she
Now,
wasn't just
where do I see the settings on this?
Right there.
I wasn't sure if I could, do it justice.
Settings and privacy, just where I showed you before.
Now on this one, but see, I don't understand it because it has the same email address. I don't get it.
Because you're showing me the same page you showed me in there, Tommy. Two different page. That's the same page.
Oh, okay then. How do I log into just this as a person?
Well,
I tried to log in. Let me just show you. Like, for example, here's my credentials here. And it says here that this page, this has a login. This is a login. But it's not anymore. Because this was being eliminated. So now, this simply manages this, right? Okay, I get it.
They're one and the same.
Okay, so when you have a celebrity page, you can't just go to the celebrity page. You have to go to your account and then go over to what you manage.
When you log into your celebrity page, that is your page. They're one and the same. You can switch over to your referral list, which your celebrity page manages the referral list page.
No, my celebrity page doesn't. My personal page. This one manages. This one manages.
That's the one you're showing me.
Yeah, this one manages this and referral list. This
for school and save big.
See,
Okay.
No, that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm confused.
But if you want to post as a celebrity, is that what you're saying? How do you do that?
No, I'm not saying that, because here's what I do. If this is me here,
Right.
okay?
That's
Now,
your page.
I want to see what I manage. How do I see what I manage here?
You go down.
Park officials say they will ditch the reservation.
You can make posts.
No,
You can add a photo.
Yeah, but no. How do I get from here to the referral list? Isn't there a place that
Go right
says?
there.
Isn't there a place that says ones you manage?
Right there, your shortcuts.
But why is it only showing the one there?
Because what I'm trying to say to you, Tom, is your other one is one and the same. If you logged in, where's your you showed me on social media access.
This one here, I'm logged into right now.
Right.
This, I excel at life, right? But there's Real Tom Martino. Look, Real Tom Martino here. It shows the manager up here, right?
No, this is just your page. That's all that is.
No, this is, okay, it's not Real Tom Martino. It's this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I
This
didn't
is-
know you could do that.
Well, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm asking, how do I fucking get out? Now, this shows.
So go drop down menu. So you got.
I'm managing both of these pages, right?
Mm-hmm.
Except when I go to this, when I go to the Tom Martino, okay, it doesn't. When I go to me here, it doesn't show me that other one. It's only showing me referral list. Yet, if I go here, it shows that I'm managing two different pages. Yeah, I don't understand why it's not dropping down. So I manage right here. It's pretty easy. I
Real
manage,
Tom Martino is your celebrity page.
and this is my referral list.
And then you have a personal page.
Yeah.
Is your other one.
But okay, so here is showing both of those.
Uh-huh.
If I go to referral list, watch. No, if I go to referral list, watch. Right? It goes here. It's showing both, right? Okay, so I manage both of those when I'm logged in as Tom.
Okay,
Right?
perfect.
Yeah, here, but it doesn't show my pages I'm managing.
Okay.
It's only showing one that I'm managing. Why is it only showing one if I'm managing two pages? It says pages you manage somewhere. And wherever it says that, it only shows me one. And so on your personal profile, there's a place to go to show what you manage. I'm trying to find it. There's a place right here. Okay. Maybe over here. Okay, it's only showing your pages. It's only showing that one. Oh, never mind. Okay.
There it is. You're figuring out your own problems.
Yeah, but you're kind of showing. Okay.
Yeah, so there they are,
Here's
right
what
there.
I found out. Long time ago, I fucked up my personal email because I made a celebrity page but no personal page.
Okay.
Then they took away the ability to do that. They made a rule that you had to have a personal profile to have a celebrity page.
Yeah.
So the problem was when I tried to make a personal profile, they said it's already associated with a page, yet I couldn't log into that page.
But you have your 3 different ones now, which is great.
Okay.
See, here's the thing. I can't manage referral lists without a personal page.
Right,
if
and
I
I
want to
can't either.
delete my personal page, I can't access referral lists. I think that's BS.
You can't log into referral lists.
I have to log in as me.
You do. That's true. Okay, that's okay. But you see, years ago, though, that because I used Troubleshooter for referral lists, it erased me when it went to the new rules. They had to have a personal
Now, when you're on the referral list page, you can comment as your celebrity page, or you can comment as referral
Okay,
list.
and I can post to my personal page and then share it with those two, but you can share it with anybody. I mean, or should I post on the original?
303-713-8255. What's going on in your life and how can we help you? This hour brought to you by One Clear Choice Garage Doors. You know how I feel about them. I love them. And I will never steer you to a company I don't love and I don't use. That is my pledge to you. I'm not sure who else can make that pledge. And I stand behind the companies and solve problems. So it's unlike any list you'll ever see, referrallist.com. One Clear Choice Garage Doors. I bought 7 doors from them in total and about 4 openers over the years. I love these guys. 720-370-3987. OneClearChoiceDoors.com. for 24/7 emergency service or regular garage doors or garage door openers. All right, let's go to the phones. Paul hired a handy woman. That should have been his first clue. I'm just kidding, okay? Jeez, don't get all shook up. Don't cancel me. Anyway, he went to find a handy person, found this handy woman, and the handy woman brought a man, and now they did work. I want to ask first questions, basic. How's the work they're doing, all right?
The work's pretty good.
All right.
Pretty good.
And people, we have lines open. You get right through at 303-713-TALK. Tell friends about the help. Free help, information, and referrals, really. Even free legal help sometimes, and free accounting help, and free tax help. So you hire them. They do some work, and the guy says, she brings a guy. Now, the guy was there as much as her?
No, I did not hire them. I hired her.
Yeah.
She showed up alone. I never met him before. And then he showed up at my house one night.
Yeah. Do you have a written contract? Do you have a written contract with her?
I have an invoice from her.
Hold on. After it was done or before?
The before, and there were some adjustments because we adjusted along the way. So she's giving me.
And the invoice has her name on it, right?
Correct.
There's something called quantum merit. Okay, what that means is you get value, you owe for it, whether or not you have a contract. Okay, I know this sounds queer, but listen. What I'm saying is this: that even though you say your contract is with her and you're paying her, if he wants to be paid directly in the absence of any other agreement, you're kind of stuck. You do have to pay him for what he's done, a reasonable amount, or he can put a lien on your house. Now, you can go to her then and try to collect or something if you paid her. In other words, it's going to be weird, okay? It's going to be weird. Anytime someone works on your home, it's weird because you knew he was working there, and I understand completely what you're saying, Paul. You never hired him, you never gave him permission, but you kind of knew he was there. And again, you don't have to try to convince me otherwise. I know you're right. I know you hired her and she brought him. I understand that. But in the eyes of the law, unfortunately, well, I shouldn't say in the eyes of the law, based on my experience, personal experience, you could be stuck if she doesn't pay him with paying him. Now, what I need to know is, what is he saying he's going to do anything? What is he saying right now? How much work have they done? How much work have they done?
Well, they've done, I would say, like 95% of the work.
How much money, if you paid them right now, her, how much money would you pay her for everything done so far?
Roughly $1,400, and he's claiming $700 of that is him.
Okay, and what is she claiming?
Haven't had that discussion other than just.
Well, you have to. You have to, because you're in the middle. Listen,
just the invoice of $1,400.
I know.
I guess would be the answer.
But you need to talk to her with him. You need to talk to them. Because even though you want it to go one way, Paul, I'm telling you, he can really screw it up. So you need to say to her, listen, your guy's asking for $700 of the $1,400. What do you want me to do? And will he agree to it? I don't want, well, I wouldn't mention liens, by the way. I wouldn't say to her, I don't want anyone leaning the house because I don't want to give them ideas. But you need to tell her that she needs to straighten it out, and then you make them sign paid in full when you pay each of them. Please.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now.
So, okay, well, I'll try and get all three of them together. And go
yes, or at least, even if you can't get three together, talk to her and ask her, and then say, look, the only way I'm paying to protect myself is if both of you sign a release and I pay you on the spot. Call me back, though. Paul, when I do this, I don't mean to kiss you off. I want you to call me back. Suzanne, also give him an email. Well, I'll give it to you. help@troubleshooter.com. We'll get right to you. Just say follow-up on the subject line. Or you can just call us back. And here's a hint. 303-MARTINO is a good callback number because you can say, this is Paul. We talked about this is a follow-up. Anyone who says this is a follow-up, we call you right back. So just do that and get back to me. But I have a feeling they'll work it out, okay? And people listening, okay? You're responsible when people are working at your home. When you hire someone and they hire people, you need to have a contract. Now, in my situations, here's what I do. And I say that so I don't want to give you legal advice. So here's what I do. I say, you are working on my personal residence. I am paying you in full because you're acting as the general and you are responsible for paying your subcontractors. If you sign an agreement similar to that and you have proof of payment, the law says when it's your primary residence, you have a written agreement, you're working through one contractor and can prove payment to that contractor in full, that you have an affirmative defense against liens. Okay? Just so you know that. Mark? Hi, Mark. What's happening?
Well, interesting problem, Tom. We have a 2015, it's a wife's car, 2015 Lexus. And she occasionally won't start, just won't start. Kind of like my first wife. Excuse me, that fell out. And so we took it to the dealer. I don't want to tell you his name because I don't get him in trouble. They said, here's the problem, and a couple $1,000s later, we take the car out, and it still won't start, occasionally.
Now, you have all of this in writing?
Yes.
And it's a 2000, how many miles on this 2015 Lexus?
Probably 40-something. Anyway, this has happened 4 times. 4 times they've diagnosed the problem as this. 4 times I've paid them. 4 times we take it home.
How much total have you paid?
About $6,000.
Oh, my God. Hold on a second. This is ridiculous. Now, wait. Give me an example, for example. The very first repair that you had done, here's the rule usually. Here's the rule. If you have a repair done that wasn't needed, you shouldn't have to pay for it. But if there are multiple things wrong, this is the fine splitting hairs. If there are multiple things wrong, you could be paying for stuff that won't correct the current problem, but things that you needed. Okay? So it's really a fine line as to whether or not you're responsible. So,
and
go ahead.
I wouldn't mind that if they said, listen, Mark, we don't know what the hell's wrong with this car. We'll start with this. If this doesn't work, we'll go to that. But they haven't each time they've said, oh, wait a minute, this is the problem. This will fix the car.
Mark, by the way, I know you. I know your voice. Listen, Mark, your last name starts with a V. Okay, listen, Mark. Here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. You're a businessman. I can ask you straight up. The things that they did for you, in your mind, do you feel like you needed them?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have a dispute with what you've spent so far?
Well, no, I haven't filed a dispute or anything. I want to talk to you, see if that's kosher. I mean, I don't like it.
Here's what I think. Here's what I think. We need your invoices. We need your invoices. I want you to have one of our experts review the invoices on your car with your car. And here's what I'm going to determine. For example, let's just say how many different repairs did they do? 3 or 4?
4 visits, 6 repairs.
All right, let's take this. Now, let's say repair number 1 through 6. Repair number 1 you probably needed. Repair number 2 you didn't. Repair number 3 you needed. I want to literally go through that and see if they put you together. If you needed those things anyway or they were a good idea, no problem. But then we're going to find out what's wrong with it. What are your symptoms?
Well, she just occasionally won't start. Sometimes we jump in the morning, starts up just fine. We drive for a few days. Then we'll get in the car, and it just won't start.
Okay.
Or sometimes the wife will be at a shopping store and comes out, and the car won't start.
Okay. Here's what we'll do. I want to run this by. I want to see who's best for you. We got a few people in mind. Now, were you bringing it to a dealer?
Yes.
Yeah. Which dealer?
No, I don't want to get him in trouble.
All right, but here's what I want to say. There are good Lexus dealers and dealers that are not good. If you can tell us off the air, that would be good. Hold on a sec. Suzanne, here's my plan. Let's run this by a few people. I want to call Kevin. I want to see if he truly, I don't want to say, oh, yeah, we can work on him. I want to know, does he really know them? Or Al, maybe over at Pro Auto. And then let's ask, just for an opinion, Stan's Auto Repair. Just for opinions. I just want to get opinions on on someone who can review it. Now, Stan might be too far, but just as an opinion, also, maybe SOS Inspections might be able to pinpoint a problem first. Let's ask if he's comfortable doing that. So we got a little homework here, Mark, but we'll take care of you on that.
So get the invoices first before I call them, Tom?
No, I want to call them first to get an idea. For example, call Norris, SOS Inspections. I want to just ask him some general questions to see what he can do for diagnostics. Again, he does, he checks out used cars before you buy them, but he can also do diagnostics. We'll talk about that and more. Okay, now, Denise lived with her mom who passed away. We have a question on that and more. Our number with open lines, I promise I'll get to you guys quickly, 303-713-TALK.
Ideal Home Loans in 30 seconds.
I'm Alec Baldwin. Listen to my podcast, Here's the Thing, on iHeartRadio. It's my chance to talk with artists, policymakers, and performers, like Kristen Bell.
I always like to say I like being an actress, but I love being Kristen. So I prioritize that a little bit more than my desire to spread my wings or prove to people that I can be some dramatic actress.
If you like listening as much as I like talking with interesting people.
All right, Ideal Home Loans coming up right now.
Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan. I say that with all sincerity. I stand behind Ideal Home Loans because I know them. I know the ownership. I know the people. I know the marketing people. I know a lot of the customers. You know why? Because they do what they say and say what they do. They have a 3-week in-writing guarantee for certain loans. They have personalization of loans. They'll get you in the best loan for you. They have custom term loans. They have the interest rate guarantee. And something else no other lender does, well, I don't know any that does that do the interest rate guarantee, meaning they'll refinance you free of charge if rates go down. But they have something else called credit optimization. Most lenders are satisfied just to get you approved. But even after you are approved, what Ideal does is tweak your credit to get you even better pricing. It's quick, it's easy. IdealHomeLoans.com. Local, founded here for you by Brent Ivinson. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000.
Pulling up, maybe looking for ways to save a few $100s a month, maybe $1,000 a month. If you're a homeowner, the answer may be as simple as a mortgage refinance. Hey, it's Russ Kaminsky for American Financing, reminding you that mortgage rates are still near record lows, making it a great time to refinance and consolidate debt into your mortgage. You'll get a lower rate. You'll have fewer monthly payments to focus on. Depending on your tax situation, this may be deductible when your other debts aren't. And you know what else? When you choose American Financing, you don't have any upfront or hidden fees and no pressure.
Have a nice day.
And you don't
Bye.
have
This is Suzanne. Oh, hi, Guy. Can I call you after the show? It'll be right after 2 o'clock. I'll get in my car and I'm going to give you a ring. Thank you. Bye.
When it comes to your business, there's a lot of things you know and a few things you want to learn more about. Facts. If you're looking for an easy and affordable way to get smarter about what your customers are thinking, you need to check out Research Raccoon. Just tell the Research Raccoons whatever your business question is. Maybe it's about a new menu item for a restaurant. Maybe it's finding out what your audience really thinks about your business name. Maybe you don't even know what questions you're supposed to be asking. Let the Research Raccoons know what's on your mind, and they'll poll
Susan? Hi, it's Suzanne with the Martino Show. I'm sorry I didn't have a better heads up for you. I just heard from Eric a little bit ago, so I want to get him on the horn if you're still available. All right, hang on a minute.
So discover what your business should be doing and lead with confidence with Research Raccoon. Visit ResearchRaccoon.com to learn more and discover which plan is best for you. ResearchRaccoon.com. Fast results with big data. Computer hackers are all over the news. Risk. Identity thieves are targeting our phones. They literally forge a quick fake page stating you sold your home. They borrow their certificate money. You don't know until non-payment notices start showing you. Home title lock is your best.
Eric, it's Suzanne with the Martino Show. Is this a good time for you? Okay, let me get you on hold. We're going to be coming back from break. Yes?
I don't know. I gotta have somebody who knows what they're doing to tell me.
Homeowners experiencing pipe leaks or low water pressure? Is your water bill unexpectedly high? These are signs of pipe failure due to old corroded pipes. Only a whole house repipe with brand new high quality PEX or copper will permanently solve the problem. Repipe Specialists. They'll repipe your home in just 1 to 2 days at half the cost of a plumber with a lifetime guarantee.
Tony, remember the lady called about the credit rebate worksheet? We wanted Eric Reinemer for that. He's got the heads up. I have them both on, okay? So can you take that?
Okay,
so I can kiss them off.
Right, so it was
line 3.
Presented by DraftKings.
She's going to ask the question. Eric already knows the question and is going to answer.
What was she? She was on before, though.
Yes, and we wanted to get Eric on for it, and Eric's just been super busy, so I finally got that. Does that work? All right.
Thank you.
And the Avalanche have signed goaltender Peyton Jones to a 1-year deal, and he'll report for the Avs AHL affiliate, Colorado Eagles. I'm Katie Hackford.
Get in on all this week's action. Download the DraftKings app now. Enter code SPORTS during sign-up to try DraftKings for free. Don't forget, that's code SPORTS to try DraftKings for free. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
Tell your smart device to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio. Then you...
All right, gentlemen, you guys are back in soon.
The afternoon.
Getting 630 KHOW from iHeartRadio.
Denver's talk station. Available on over 2,000 devices.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. All right, we got a lot happening here, and we are asking for you to call with any help information. If you can help us help others, or you just have a problem and you want to just vent, or you need help. For example, Susan had a question we couldn't answer, so we get her professional help from Eric Reinemer, Atlas CPAs and Advisors. Now, Susan, what was your original issue? Wasn't it some kind of rebate? Can you explain the problem you were having? And I have Eric with me from Atlas. Go ahead.
Hi, Tom. Hi, Eric. Yeah, the form is called the Recovery Rebate Credit Worksheet, and it deals with the 2 stimulus. And the question that I had is, if you didn't get the second stimulus until 2021, are you supposed to count it on this worksheet this year, or will there be another opportunity next year?
And you mean count it on the worksheet as income?
As if you got it, yeah. Because the worksheet is basically, when they offered the stimulus to begin with, it was like for joint, $2,400 for the first round and $1,200 for the second round. And if you were over their limit, they were kind of chunking away at the amount. So maybe you didn't get $2,400, maybe you got $1,500. And now this worksheet gives you an opportunity to recoup the difference between, the $1,500 and the $2,400.
Okay. So, Eric?
Yes.
Do you know the answer?
I do know the answer. And tell me your name again.
Susan.
Susan. So, yeah, I know it's a little bit confusing, but I guess everybody should be aware that on the 2020 1040 that everybody's going to fill out, there's these 2 chunks of money, the $1,200, which most people got last year, although it was limited if your income was over a certain level, and then there's the new $600 deal that happened right at the end of December, and everybody on their 2020 tax return needs to fill out this form that's a little bit confusing. Basically, it says, did I or did I not get back the first $1,200 and the second $600? So, Suzanne, I think that's what you're trying to sort out, right?
Yeah. Now,
well, what I'm trying to sort out is if you physically didn't get that money deposited until 2021, would you still be counting it like you got it in 2020?
Yeah, that spreadsheet needs to report anything because the second pool of money, nobody got it in 2020 because Congress didn't pass the bill.
But you pretend you act as if you did get it in 2020.
Well, no, they're not concerned about when you got it. You're simply saying the whole point of the form is to say, does the IRS need to send me that money? Because the deal is, if you haven't gotten it yet, you are deserving to receive it, and you report it on your 2020 tax return if you didn't get the money. That's the whole point. So it's a little bit confusing because I know people, they're going to the IRS website to say, where's my $600? And everybody's getting this message that says, we mailed it on January 6th. You'll get it sometime in the next 3 or 4 weeks. So we're suggesting people wait a bit to see if they even get the money or not, to even know what to put on the form, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah, because it just seemed like you shouldn't be counting money that you didn't get that year. It should be held over until next year.
No, no. If you have you gotten the money yet?
Yeah, she got it in 21.
2021.
Yeah, then you report it on. You need to report it. Otherwise, you're going to be asking, the IRS is going to draw a red flag because you're saying. So it doesn't matter when you got it. If you got it today, you report it on your 2020 tax return.
Good.
That's the way it works.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the other question I had, I just discovered that when they were sending out, if you had a refund in 2019 and it wound up being a little bit extra from what you actually submitted, it could have turned out to be interest that they were giving you, and now there's another 1099 coming out that you owe tax on that interest?
Yeah, if you got $10 of interest and the IRS gives you a 1099 because they would have given you that interest, and any interest is taxable income. I mean, it's a small amount of money, but it is taxable.
Okay. Are there any other things tied to that coronavirus relief?
Like what?
The main thing is the stimulus money.
Correct. I just wonder if there's any, because I was surprised with this interest payment to discover that.
No, that's been there for years. That's just, they always pay, believe it or not.
I didn't know that.
Interest. Yeah, no. We have clients that get interest income, and they're surprised and happy to get it, because normally the rules are the IRS charges you interest, and you get dinged for it, but it's a surprise that they actually, if something is maybe their fault or they held on to your money longer than expected, you sometimes will see some interest on it, lo and behold.
Oh, okay, because this specifically says coronavirus tax relief, 2019 tax refund interest. So
maybe that's because you filed, because you filed, and then, like last year, the whole deadline was delayed until July 15th, and they agreed that if you had extra money in the system, but they were delayed in getting people the money because they were shut down, and they are paying you interest because of that delay. So what about that? That's a good thing.
Okay, so I didn't know if a lot of people knew that there's a 1099 coming, because we did get a little bit extra, but I thought it was because of something else.
Yeah,
so.
You know what? I got one, and I didn't know what it was because I don't remember getting them, but...
And
they were delayed for 3 months. They figured it was their fault for being shut down, so they'll pay you a little bit of interest on your refund.
Yeah, and usually if there's a discrepancy, they'll send you a letter to tell you why.
Right.
But this time nothing came, so...
This is just interest.
Now...
That's a good thing.
Okay, hold on. I have another question for Eric. Now, do you have any other questions, Susan? I think he answered that, though. I think you're all set.
Yes, thank you very much for your time. Have a good day.
Okay, and the purpose of that worksheet altogether is to see if people got it or did they have to send it out, right?
Nobody will send it out because it's all coming your way. The main thing is to see, did you get it?
Okay, good.
And if you didn't get it, then you get it added to your refund for the year.
Okay. I can imagine, Eric, where some people are going to have it added to their refund, and then it shows up later. I'll bet you that happens.
Yep.
What happened? And then they're going to rely on your honesty to return it?
Hard to say. It's very confusing because think about 150 million people getting these checks based on their 2019 tax return. So it'll be amazing to see. And what's kind of scary is you go to the website and it says, you'll be getting your money, and it's probably coming in the form of a prepaid debit card coming to your mailbox. Now, that sounds ripe for fraud.
My God, yes.
Yeah.
All right,
most people are getting it in a direct deposit if they had their bank information on a prior tax return. But even some people that we've talked to, some clients that the IRS has their bank account number, but the IRS website says you'll be getting something in the mail, which is kind of odd, but most people are getting it back in a direct deposit if that's how you've been filing with the IRS.
Okay, now, what about 1099s? People get 1099s left, right, up, and down. What if, what if you're a contractor or what if you're somebody and you get 1099s, but you've included it in your Schedule C or in your income, do you have to break out each 1099 and report that income separately, or can it all be, if like me, for example, I get a whole bunch of 1099s, but I account for them in other areas of my income. So do you just include them, but you say included, or what? What do you do?
Yeah, you don't have to give them any detail. You just report the total number, and as long as the amount of revenue that you're reporting on your tax return is less than all the 1099s that get issued to you, you're cool. The only problem is if a person only reports $10,000 of income as a practitioner, but they got $20,000 of 1099s, then you're nailed. They're going to send you a letter saying, where's the rest of the money?
All right. That's Eric Reinemer, Atlas CPAs and Advisors. They're great for small, medium, even large businesses. They're great for individuals and for tax planning and advising. Here's the number, 303-799-9111.
If you missed it earlier, we have...
Okay. Okay.
Text the nationwide keyword LOVE to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's LOVE to 200-200. And good luck. This is Denver's talk station with Ross Kaminsky in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon, 6:30, KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, there's a few trouble spots popping up in the drive across town. Now there's a wreck being reported southbound 225 approaching I-25. That stretch has been a bit stop and go due to construction. Now there's a crash and they're going to add to the delays. Off-highway, that's where the trouble spots are popping up. Road work continues on eastbound Bellevue at Broadway, causing some major backups. A couple of crashes off-highway, one on the southbound side of Monaco at Iowa, south of Florida. Watch out for a crash involving an ambulance at Colfax and Perry. Avoid the area for now. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Partly sunny today with a high 52. Right now, partly sunny and 50. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 K-How.
If you're hiring
All right, 10 seconds. Get found fast short.
candidates so you can focus on interviewing people with the right skills. Receive a $75 sponsored job credit when you upgrade your job post at Indeed.com/credit.
All right, now.
GetFoundFast.com. That's a website that is critical if you have a website and you're in business. Now, most everyone checks out websites before they visit a business. Is your website serving you? Better yet, can they find your website? All of these questions can be answered free of charge if you go to GetFoundFast.com and sign up for a free analysis. Now listen, this is a real deal. Really good information, free. Now, they'd love for you to hire them on an ongoing basis, but that is not required. Go to the website, get signed up for a free analysis, GetFoundFast.com.
If you're within 5 years of retirement, now's the time to put flat
money back. So we got an expert from Larson Tax Relief on for that, and he said they're so backed up, it could be months and months before those paper ones get processed. So here's the thing, Rob. I know you're trying to refi. Dang it. I don't even know how much longer to give them. They told my person that was owed a return on their income tax. They filed in September. They said to give it until July or August. I mean, it's and then maybe be concerned, but even then not, Rob. I can put you on the air though if you want to tell Tom about it to see if any of our listeners have any suggestions for you. Okay, if it doesn't get processed, I would say in the next, let's say by the end of February, give me a call back and I'll see what I can do with an expert, but I don't think they're going to be real helpful in that particular situation, getting a better phone number for you. Have you tried calling? Do you hold? Oh, you can't even hold. It's a real shame, and you're probably calling it like the worst time ever, being that it's the beginning of the year and they're dealing with last year's stuff. Or you know what I mean, end of year stuff. Man, Rob, I don't know what to tell you. I'm really sorry. Best to you. Bye-bye.
This is Dan Campos. One of the best parts of my job is that I get to work with so many heroes, so many great people fighting hard to overcome a major injury, wrongfully inflicted. It's a privilege.
But it's amazing how everything eventually starts working right.
And to live their best lives. We are a serious firm for serious cases, and we take righteous cases on a percentage fee basis. Reach me at 303-770-5551 or at DanCapitalistLaw.com. That's DanCapitalistLaw.com.
Greenberry.
Hi, I'm Peter Harris for Grainberry Cereals. If you're starting the new year with a goal to live healthier, then pick up a box or two of the healthiest and most natural cereal in the supermarket. Grainberry, with amazing onyx sugar, is packed with powerful plant-based antioxidants to help protect your body from free radicals.
I took care of this.
Grainberry, we care about.
He sent us that one from Century Chevrolet.
Start with lower sugar than other cereals, then use our whole grain onyx sorghum to help slow sugar absorption.
Back on about 30 seconds, yeah.
Naming as we call it, helps manage diabetes and prediabetes. And we didn't have to sacrifice flavor to do it. So buy Grainberry cereal with amazing onyx sorghum and start curbing your sugar today. Available in multi-bran flakes, honey nut toasted oats, and delicious cinnamon frosted shredded wheat.
Grainberry, healthy cereal for your family.
Denver's talk station, available everywhere with the iHeart.
All right, guys, you're back in about that.
Podcasting 630 K now, an iHeart radio station.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, this is a very interesting one. Celeste, is it Celeste? What's happening? Celesta, what's going on?
March the 31st, and he had told her, because she said, well, we got to take the plates off. He said, well, and I need to take I need the plates because I have to go ahead and get them turned into my name, not her plates. But well, what happened?
Yeah. By the way, you should never keep your plates on a car, but that's too late. So what happened?
Yeah. So anyway, he got in the truck and drove it. Hit and run. Yeah. And,
yeah, wait. So when he was driving the truck with her plates on there, and he hit someone and kept going.
Yep.
Did he hit a car or a person, a pedestrian?
No, it was another vehicle.
Was it parked or was it being driven?
No, I believe it was being driven.
Okay, and somebody turned him in?
Yeah.
Okay, now, hold on. Did your sister, who sold this to the nephew, did your sister have that sale in writing?
Yes.
And
yes.
Does she, okay, is it dated before the accident?
No.
Well, how did that happen? She let him take it before they signed?
Oh, no. You mean the bill of sale. Was it dated that date? Yes.
Okay.
When he took it, yes.
So the bill of sale was dated on the same day as the accident?
No, because we try to get a hold of him.
Then just tell me, Celeste, you just need to help me here. One thing at a time. So she sold it. How many days later did the accident happen?
About a month.
Oh, but she has absolute proof that it was sold before that.
Yes.
Okay, then the plates do not make her liable.
Well,
there's two things that could make her liable. If she was operating the vehicle, or if she negligently entrusted it to him. And here's what I want to know: was it insured?
It was insured, but not at the time, because when she sold it, she took the insurance off.
That's good. You know why that's good? You know why that's good?
What?
Because it shows that she really sold it and thought it was sold.
Yeah.
So, Suzanne, what did you want to add?
That's what I was going to say. Was it insured by her or not?
No, it's good that she dropped the insurance because it shows she had a sale contract and sold. But here's the issue. Did they ever charge the nephew?
Yes. He's 14 months.
He's in jail right now.
Was he drunk?
Yes.
Okay. So, why is she... I don't understand why she is being sued.
I don't either. I think, like my brother was telling us, it's just a scare tactic, but, you know...
So they haven't filed suit yet.
Did they actually sue?
Well, they're sending her letters, yeah.
What do they want from her?
Well, this last letter, they said they're going to take her driver's license away. And,
Who?
She has to...
Did the state... Wait, did the state send that?
No, it's their lawyer, whoever they...
Who's the attorney? Who is the attorney?
For that company or for...
the attorney that sent her the letter. What firm is it?
I don't have the paperwork in front of me. Okay, because I'm just trying to...
Listen, Celeste, I would like to call John Fuller if he's around, if he'd like to chime in on this. It's not about personal injury, but it is about liability. So I'd like that. Okay. Wait. Was someone hurt in this accident?
We don't really know.
Well, what are they... How much are they asking for?
$6,000.
Okay. Listen... Yeah. I don't see how she can be held responsible, but I want to get you some advice on this. And if John can't do it, then we're going to ask Joe Lazzara. If he can't do it, I just want to get some varied opinions on this one. And by the way, did we get any opinions on that? Did we get Norris at SOS Inspections for that other one?
Your caller hung up, so I hadn't reached out to Norris.
Well, but I know who he is, Mark.
Oh,
I mean, I can get in touch with him again.
I'll get Norris then.
No, I can get Mark back on the phone. He assumed we had his number. That guy, I have his number. Hold on, Celeste. Hold on. This is a bummer. Never leave your plates. But I don't think the plates alone make you responsible for that. I'm Tom Martino.
Sponsored by Walgreens.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, a couple of crashes and a couple of cone zones to watch out for. On the north end, watch out for road construction, southbound I-25 approaching 84th, solid backups to Thornton Parkway. Road work continues off highway on eastbound Bellevue at Broadway as well. Back out on the highway drive, watch out for a crash being cleared southbound 225 approaching I-25, and watch out for a crash off highway southbound Monaco at Iowa, south of Florida. And there's a wreck involving an ambulance at Colfax and Perry. Crews are on the scene. Let's avoid that area for now. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Partly sunny today with a high of 52. Right now, partly cloudy and 50. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 K-How.
Beachcombing, baking cookies,
By the way,
learning French, all things you'd rather be doing than thinking about the cost of your Medicare prescriptions. That's why Walgreens offers Medicare copays as low as $0. Walgreens.
$0 copays by 2 generic drugs and select plans for Walgreens or pharmacy.
Please make the call today. At least get it started. 303-GOT-PAIN. We're talking about Colorado Pain Care. I know that pain can devastate you. I went through years of it before discovering there are ways to get over it, and you don't have to be on drugs all the time. They, at Colorado Pain Care, are a group of local physicians. By the way, They are dealing with all major insurance, Medicare, Medicaid, workers' comp, and they can help you. And they can work with your existing doc if you want them to, or take your case. If you have pain, make the call. They have all kinds of procedures and custom treatment plans. 303-GOT-PAIN. Don't live with it. Get your life back. ColoradoPainCare.com. All right. Speak of pain, maybe that came from an accident. John Fuller is our automobile accident expert. In fact, we're trying to get him right now for a case. We ask him all the time, and you can too. If you're in an accident and are injured, you can get free legal advice when you need it the most. Oh, don't ask friends and neighbors and people at work and or at the gym. Just call John and ask him. He'll give you free advice. He'll also tell you if he thinks he can help you. He'll be honest about it. And if you hire him, it's on contingency fee. So he only collects if he collects for you. 303-597-4500. 597-4500. Look for John Fuller at referralist.com.
John? John, can you hear me? How are you? Home for 9 months, but I'm back and I'm happy. Thank you so much. This is what we have. It's an interesting call. So, lady sells. It's a guy calling in for his sister. The sister sells her vehicle to her son, I guess. She takes it off her insurance. He never puts it in his name as far as DMV is concerned. He does a hit and run. He's sitting in jail for it. The guy's in his 40s. And now she's getting letters from an attorney saying they're going to take her license away. So Tom wanted to pick your brain about it. Got it? Thank you. Hang tight. I've got John Fuller on 7 and Norris Schleter on 6. I will. Hey, Norris. I assume the fact that you called in that you heard what the problem was. Oh, Tom will explain it. What's that? Okay, I will tell him that. We got a call earlier. Tom wanted to ask you about it. It's about a 2015, just for a heads up, it's a 2015 Lexus. I don't know the model. But apparently he has spent $3,000 at a dealership because it won't start. And they keep diagnosing it, then they say it's an issue, or then they say it's fixed, he pays them, and then they diagnose it, fix it, he pays them, and it keeps doing it. And he wanted to pick your brain about it. It sounds like the guy who called in, he's not on anymore. Tom knows. So that's what he wanted to use you for. I will also tell him you have a comment on the DMV, on the car sale. He is going to go to John Fuller first, so hang on, okay? Thank you. Tom, after you're done with Fuller, Schleter did have a comment on the car sale with Celesta, just so you know. Troubleshooter Show, what is your first name? Gabrielle, in a sentence or less. What would you like to talk to Tom about on the show today? Can you give me the quick and skinny on the insurance issue?
Back on about 30 guys.
This is hard-hitting stuff. This is important. Listen to This Is Important on iHeartRadio.
If you missed it earlier, we have your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword love to
10 seconds.
You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rate.
Did they deny the claim?
That's love to 200 and good luck.
Okay, so
138255. Okay, listen. We have John Fuller. Fuller Law, as you just heard, he's our personal injury expert. You should call if you're ever injured in an accident. We'll be giving out his number, but the real reason we have him here is he knows this law. Okay, so he can give us perspective. And I want to get his opinion on this one. So, John, here's what's weird about this, okay? Celesta, his sister, okay, so she sells her car to a nephew. I guess it doesn't matter, they're related. But she sells the car to her nephew and has a bill of sale dated that date, and she has everything showing she sold it, including she canceled her insurance on that date. And he asked if he could use the license plates so he could go get his own. And let's fast forward a month later. This nephew, this deadbeat, gets charged with a hit and run. So he is actually in jail on this, sentenced to jail. She now is getting threatening letters from an attorney saying, you have to pay us or we're going after you and we're taking your license and we're doing all of this. And they haven't filed suit, but they're asking for, I think, $6,000. So, John, I'm not asking about the practicality of defending herself or anything, but I'm asking you, is there liability there when someone sells a car just because the plates were used?
Well, she didn't give him permission to use those plates for a month, did she?
Nope. She did not, and Celesta, the agreement was he was going to go right down and get his own plates, right?
Right. Yeah.
Tom, I can't think of a single thing that would make her liable for any damages caused by this nephew down the road. In fact, had she continued to insure the vehicle, that would have been illegal because she didn't have an insurable interest in the vehicle the moment that he took over ownership and the bill of sale was signed and delivered. So
I even think, John, it shows that she really intended to sell it. Based on that, she canceled the insurance.
I totally agree with you, and she did the right thing because, again, she wouldn't have even had an insurable interest in there. He certainly was not a permissive driver. He paid her some degree of compensation to pay for that vehicle, so it's not even a permissive driver situation, and I can't imagine. I'm sitting here racking my brain at what mechanism some attorney would use to take her license. That's certainly not something that a private attorney has the ability to do. So yeah. I'm just kind of at a loss.
Do you think he's just fishing, trying to get some money?
Having not seen the letter and with all the caveats in place, it certainly sounds like that might be what's going on. I mean, unless there's something we don't know about this case, Tom, and I'm not providing this.
No, I know.
Caller legal advice, but I'm saying it sounds an awful lot like somebody's just fishing for some money. And making threats, and I certainly, I certainly think she should reach out and have somebody look at this letter, but I can't imagine any theory in which she would be liable.
Okay. And that's what you do all day long is look for liability. John Fuller can make connections sometimes that you wouldn't even think of. Now, John, one other question that comes up a lot I'd like to ask you very quickly. What is negligent? I hear it, so I'm not playing attorney. I'm asking you. I hear negligent entrustment. What the hell does that mean?
Well, let me just give you an easy example that most people, I think, would understand. If your neighbor was over at a barbecue at your house and you guys were consuming copious amounts of alcohol and you ran out of ice, and your neighbor said, hey, why don't I just borrow your car to run down to the store and buy new ice? And you knew he was intoxicated, and you let him go ahead and take your car. then it could be said that you were negligent in simply agreeing to entrust your vehicle with this driver.
That's a great example.
You could also be negligent if you just knew that they had a horrible driving experience, or that their license was suspended for too many points or something, and you let them drive anyway. I mean, you have to contrast that with the general rule that a permissive driver is always going to fall under the insured driver's coverage. But negligent entrustment is a separate tort that's used to impose liability on the vehicle owner when it wasn't actually the vehicle owner driving it.
All right. Thank you very much. John Fuller, he's on our referral list at referralist.com. His number is 303-597-4500. Now, we have Norris from SOS Inspections. I want to give him more time. I have some things to ask him. And Suzanne, if we have to call him back, we will if he can't put the phone down, because we need to know what's happening with this one case. And then he has a comment on this as well as far as the hit and run. All of that coming up on the Troubleshooter Show, 303-713-TALK.
Broncos country, it's the start of a new year, and the Broncos...
Are you good to hold, Norris? Thank you. Roof damage by hail, summer of 2019. For HOA special assessment through AAA. Roof damage by hail, summer of 2019. Assessment date. Then she changes carriers. Meantime, she changes carriers. In the meantime, she changes carriers. And then got special assessment. $100. AAA says pay by assessment date of loss to other carrier. Coverage delay was up to 3,000. But was told they would only cover 1,000. Side question.
Chinese crews are trying to rescue at least 6 dozen workers trapped underground. Officials say it will take at least 15 more days to get through a massive amount of debris. There's miners already trapped for 11 days since an explosion in a coal mine in the eastern part of the country. The mine shaft is blocked some 1,000 feet below the surface. ABC's Number Elmer Lopez, ABC News. New year, new budgets. Every small business has unique needs, and when you partner with Adele Technologies Advisor.
I don't even know why we're meeting, but we're going over to Joe Chiano today. Then I'm going over to to John with Hyundai.
Plus, get special financing with Dell Business Credit and a big
to sign the papers.
Computers with Intel Core processors. Call a Dell Technologies Advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. As a dentist, I know what my patients are saying.
Go appreciate all the help. We'll go on take longer. And save time, respectfully tell F&I that I want 0 extras.
Absolutely.
No
You
extra
can try New Crest Advanced Gum Restore. Yep, New Crest Advanced Gum Restore. It detoxifies below the gum line to restore gums back to health in just 7 days. Exactly. Healthy gums, healthy mouth.
New Crest Advanced Gum Restore. Healthy, beautiful smiles for life. KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHEL News Time, 103.
Governor Polis is looking forward to working with the Biden administration.
Oh, of course he is.
The country and build back stronger than ever. A letter from the governor's office called on leaders to put partisanship aside to solve problems, govern responsibly.
Do you want to pay
Many here in Colorado noticed the
gas on the Jolliff one, or is that you?
In the process of reinstating environmental.
Oh no, Jeff did all this fucking work. I don't want to deal with it.
Energy initiatives are needed.
You don't mind if I do that, right? On stuff, certain ones. If I work on it, I want it.
Those communities need our help and deserve our help, and that will happen. But the oil and gas industry is changing along with the market.
2 Coloradans won $150,000 in last night's Powerball drawing. One winning ticket was purchased in Maryland to nab the $730 million grand prize. Tough night for CU last night. They'll likely fall out of the top 25 rankings after an 84-80 loss to Washington. Avalanche take on the Kings in a rematch tonight in L.A. At latest, I'm Chuck Clark.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is paid for by challengesweface.org.
From the Vet Red Sports Traffic Center, I-25 looking good on the drive through town. I-70 problem free right now. Just a little bit of the usual volume slowing on westbound 270 through Commerce City. And a minor crash cleared on southbound 225 at I-25. Traffic improving there. Off freeway, a couple of accidents in the cleanup stages, one involving an ambulance at Colfax and Perry. Also a crash on Monaco, just south of Florida. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, cloudy this afternoon. We'll drop down into the upper 20s overnight tonight. Partly cloudy tomorrow for your Friday with a high in the low 50s. Mostly cloudy and 45 on Saturday. It's 50 right now in Denver. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KHEL.
Something's wrong. We can feel it. Our news is too biased. Our social media, too censored. Extreme ideology is tearing us apart. What's fueling the division? Get the real story at challengesweface.org.
A COVID outbreak. Your business hangs in the balance. Get the professionals who know what it takes to neutralize pathogens. All Pro Restoration. Special antimicrobial fogging. Complete wipe downs of flat surfaces and more. It is the peace of mind cleaning you need for your employees and customers.
All right, guys, we'll be back on a little under 30 seconds.
All Pro Restoration, 720-729-0002. AllProColorado.com. It's Ross Kaminsky.
Mornings at 6. We had Republican Congressman Ken Buck join us to talk about his experience during the Capitol riot. Now we'll have the Democrat Jason Crow. The former Army Ranger joins us Friday morning at 7:05 here on 630 KHEL.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Hi, I'm
8255, here to help you solve problems, answer questions, and take complaints. Make your life just a little easier. That's what we want to do. So, let's talk. What's on your mind? This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. I cannot say enough about Frank and what a wonderful person he is. If you're looking to buy real estate or to sell real estate, you know, with the selling part, he doesn't hold you to a long-term contract. He wants to earn your money. He doesn't want you to be upset. And, you know, some of these guys, they sign you up. They don't do anything. They just wait for someone else to sell it, and then they collect a commission. He aggressively markets your home and does outbound. And then also, if you're not satisfied, you just let him know. He's just asking for a 24-hour commitment. That's it. Okay, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, and a free market valuation, 303-920-1622. Norris is with SOS Inspections. We've known him for years and years, and I love his website. Tell everyone your website, Norris.
UsedCarCheckout.com.
UsedCarCheckout.com. troubleshooter.com. How do you get better than that? And that's what he does. But also, Norris, you've done diagnostics before for people. If they have a problem they can't find, can you help them out?
Yes.
Now, this one problem we don't have the consumer on, but it was a Lexus, and he has 6 repairs that were done. 6 repairs. And he said he has the same original problem. It doesn't start all the time. It just doesn't. It's hard. So he had 6 things done. And here's what I've always said in the past. If you have something done that you needed, even if it doesn't correct the problem, it's really hard to dispute it. I mean, because how do you feel on that? Because that happens a lot, Norris. You get an older car in there, and they try to do some things first, right? So how do you feel about that when people do things, while it doesn't correct the original problem, it's maybe something they needed anyway?
Well, it depends on whether or not you're promising someone that the repairs are going to fix the car. Because it's also easy to say, well, let's try this first. We don't know if it's going to help. And in cases like that, you agree to pay the full amount. However, if someone says, this is going to fix the problem, and it doesn't fix the problem, then I think you have a right to not pay the labor.
Okay.
But you should pay the parts because you got the advantage of the newer parts.
That's a good point. Okay, so this guy, I guess what I wanted to know, if you took a look, maybe it's too hard to ask. There's no way to tell if he needed it. If you take a look at the invoices and what they did compared to what he complained about, is there any way you can put together whether or not he is, they just spent money for no reason? There's no real way to know, is there?
Well, it's possible that it would take a little research, and it would also help to know exactly what the real fix is.
Yeah, they don't know that yet, and that's what I'm asking. Could you find the problem? Maybe.
Yeah, well, anything that is broken can be fixed, unless it's a space shuttle.
Okay, so in other words...
Whenever you're looking at a weird problem on a newer car, it helps to understand that you really shouldn't be monkeying with tampering with the car. Right, so a lot of people will add an alarm system, or they'll replace the radio, or put in something else in the car, and that can wreck modern electronics in a car. Sometimes even those little insurance dongles that you plug into the diagnostic connector can wreck a car.
What?
Make it do funny, yeah, I've seen it.
So what you're saying is that it's possible you can find the problem if he runs it by. What do you do if somebody has, hey, this doesn't start all the time, I don't know what the hell's wrong, I've been to several places. What would be a charge for a one-item diagnostic, or is that like not fair because you still have to go through all the systems? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. How do you price it?
Well, you break it down by an initial evaluation, right? You go look at the car, you check for things like insurance dongles and aftermarket radios and aftermarket alarms, and you scan the car to try to get as much information off of it as you can, do a visual inspection. That's $210, just like a regular pre-purchase inspection.
Okay.
And then once you've got all the information in front of you, you can look at the receipts and see what's been done and develop a strategy. Which way do we need to go on this? Have they been doing the right thing? Is this an electrical problem? Is this a fuel system problem? Is this, it's exactly what it is. And on modern cars, I'll say this again, they're so very sensitive that even small temperature changes can affect the wiring harness connectors because they're almost as small they're smaller than a toothpick, about half the size of a toothpick. Those pins and sockets in the connectors are so delicate that any moisture, any vibration can just wreck the whole scene.
Okay.
They call that a pin fit problem, and it's getting really, really common on newer cars.
We're going to get Mark to call you with this Lexus and try to figure out why it's not starting. This would be a good one to figure out. And then he might have you take a look at the invoices as well. So, thank you. Oh, yeah, you had a comment, by the way, on this liability question. So, she sells a car to her nephew. They sign all the paperwork. She takes payment, and she also cancels insurance. A month later, he gets in an accident. He is charged with hit and run. And now that an attorney is threatening to sue her.
I have 2 comments on this.
And by the way, for those just tuning in, our attorney, John Fuller, a personal injury attorney, says he can see no connection whatsoever. But go ahead.
Well, this is my two comments are just for everyone else that's listening, so that you don't make the same mistakes. Number one, a properly filled out motor vehicle bill of sale with the time and date on it gives you, by law, 36 hours of business days to go to the DMV. So people don't need to borrow your plates to go to the DMV. They can drive the car with no plates.
Are you kidding me? Even without a temp tag?
You don't need a temp tag. All you need is a properly filled out bill of sale and insurance, and you can drive the car for 36 hours worth of business days.
Are you kidding? Now, hold on. Very seldom do people
right
tell
on the bottom.
Very seldom. Where is it printed?
It's printed right on the bottom of the state-issued formal motor vehicle bill of sale. You can find it all over the web.
Oh, my God. Do you know what? I never knew that. And very seldom do people tell me something I just never heard. Mark, have you ever heard that at all, ever?
No.
It's wonderful. Okay, Norris. No, seriously.
And here's another one.
Yeah, go.
Here's another one.
Go ahead.
One more that you don't know. If you're selling a car to someone and you're not sure whether or not they're going to get down to the DMV in time, or they might be driving your car without transferring the title right away, there's another form that has been put up on the web by the Department of Revenue, Motor Vehicle Division, State of Colorado. It's called a statement of transfer. And all you have to do is, you, the seller, you fill it out. It's like 6 lines on a single sheet of paper. You fill it out, drop it off at the DMV. You don't have to wait in line or anything. Just drop it off.
And what is it?
It's a statement of transfer. It says, I have sold this car.
But how do they believe you?
It doesn't matter. You're the
okay.
You write the title number on it. Of course, you write the title number and the VIN number on it.
And you say they'll actually take it. What will they do with it, really?
Well, they just put it in a. I'm sure they just put it in the system, but that just means that if something comes up, it's formally declared that you no longer own that car.
I'll bet you.
It's called a DR 2445.
Hold on. DR 2445.
Statement of transfer. Yep.
Now listen, I'll bet you 8 out of 10 DMV clerks wouldn't know what the hell to do with it. When you walk out, they throw it away.
That's right. But at least you filled it out and handed it in.
No, but I wonder how many know that. This is all good information. Hey, okay, speaking of good information, tell me this one. We always hear about safety of a vehicle. It has to be safe. What the hell does that mean? And does that have teeth if I want to undo a deal?
It does have teeth. But in the past, I mean, historically speaking, we've had problems with safety of cars after the sale or during a sale. But lately, the big problem is failure to disclose material particulars, where a dealer does not disclose the fact that the car had hail damage. They don't write it down. They don't sign the document.
Well,
they don't tell you it was wrecked.
What particulars are required to be disclosed? What particulars are required?
Frame or body damage of any type or grade.
Wait, hold on now. If I say you're buying it as is, you are, but you're buying it as is accurate. In other words, it has to be represented accurately. Are you kidding me? Are you sure that I can argue that they did not tell me some of the required particulars?
I do it all the time. I help people. I've undone car deals.
Okay, now hold on.
Hands down.
Norris?
You can find it.
Go ahead.
You can find it in the CCR 205-1.
R 205-1. My goodness, yep. I ought to have you on. I ought to have you host the show. Hold on. Required particulars, CCR, and that is 205-1, and it says basically, sum that up again. Not the engine. What kind of engine work would I have to disclose?
Well, no, it's about material particulars, and that's the body and the frame.
Body, frame. What else?
The chassis in the car, right? So the frame, the unibody, damage of any type or grade, fire, flood, hail, accident or collision damage.
Come on. It actually says that. So as is. So if the guy says, hey, what about this? Say, look, I'm selling it as is, bro. That's it. You know, take it, get it checked, but I'm selling it as is. Are you telling me you can still go back on this guy and say, you knew?
That's exactly right. And in fact, it is the #1 most prosecuted item at the dealer board, failure to disclose material particulars. They're finding dealers for it every month.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. What about if you're not a dealer? Ha-ha.
Well, the law does say that it applies to everyone, although...
They don't have licenses to take away.
Right.
Okay. Hey, man, you have been a wealth of help. And that's SOS Inspections, Norris, 303-949-6117. Or used car, now hold on the used car thing, it's usedcarcheckout.com, right?
That's right.
All right. Thank you, Norris. More coming up.
From their weekly radio show to the
So what are you engrossed in, bro?
10 different things.
Really heavy? Like what?
Oh, who picks up trash on exit ramps, highway exit ramps. Yeah, are you talking like for cars? So he takes his scooter out on these highway exit ramps and picks up trash to clean them up?
The worst thing people can do is to do it yourself. They're trying to save money. Well, I'm going to tell you how to save money. You call Blake Harris. Why? Because it doesn't cost you anything. MileHighEstatePlanning.com. Yeah, you call him and say, what do I need? He'll talk to you about your situation. It won't be a charge. And then you say, okay, what about this and this? No charge.
Or possibly a power of attorney or a medical directive. All of this can be done with Blake Harris, and you pay as you go for what you need, and you don't pay for what you don't need, and you don't pay for talking. I love Blake Harris and the way he does business, and that makes estate planning easy for all of us. And again, we all need some form of a plan. 833-ASK-BLAKE. 833-ASK-BLAKE.
I'm Alec Baldwin. Listen to my podcast, Here's the Thing, on iHeartRadio. It's my chance to talk with artists, policymakers.
Would you text me Joe's address? I don't even know where he's at, do you?
I like being an actress, but I love being
Isn't it right here?
I think it's on our...
It's
a wrap on, I believe. Hold on. I think it's on a calendar, Marky.
Listening as much as I like.
I think I put it on there, but hold on.
Go to Here's the Thing on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast.
Yes, it's on the invite that you got. Do you want me to...
No, it's on there. I got it.
Have been selected by their peers as top dentists in Colorado for a dozen years in a row. Well, that's what made me choose them for my dentistry. And
so I'm going to show you on the map.
Suggest Ashleywood Dental to my wife because Kristen
so it's right
really advanced
off of Arapahoe. So you go off and get off on Arapahoe.
I only want her working with the best, and that is just what Drs. Yaros, Osteen, Zeppelin, and Son are, the best. But don't just take my word for it. Don't even just take their peers' word for it.
I'll figure it out.
Check out the hundreds of
I
tremendous
didn't know it was on the
glowing
calendar.
reviews from their patients who say that Ashleywood Dental have changed their lives for the better. Whether you need a checkup or cleaning or complicated bridge and implants or natural-looking dentures.
It's fucked up because you can't. It's right there at I-20, literally right there at I-25 and Arapahoe. But the access is where you go down to that fucking.
Have you still not refinanced your mortgage? Well, soon you might be kicking yourself in the head. Rates are at historic lows. So take advantage of our new fast track loan with an unbelievable low rate of 2.5 rate and APR.
Wasn't there a restaurant down there somewhere?
That's right. No
points, no fees. Hi, I'm Wesley Hoagland with Westland Financial, a trusted lender for over 20 years. Even if you've refinanced in the last year, we can still probably save you money. All it takes is a 5-minute phone call to find out how you can save up to thousands of dollars a year. This amazing 2.5 rate and APR won't last long, and our new fast-track loan process can get it done in
That's what I do.
So call today at 844-425-3669.
I go west on a rabbit hole and take my first right, which is Xanthia. Your first left, Xanthia. Oh, they don't let you take that route. Fuck. That's what's fucked about it.
New year?
So then you go down Yosemite.
Every small business has unique needs. And when you partner with a Dell Technologies advisor, you get real-time tailored advice. They'll even give you a free consultation on your servers and storage devices to develop a custom solution to help improve your company's productivity. Plus, get special financing with Dell Business Credit and big savings on business computers with multiple processors. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Right now, Allstate has almost as many ways to save as there are types of music. Save for being a new customer. Save more for adding DriveWise. And save even more for driving safely. Visit Allstate.com or contact your local agent to get a quote. Find out how much you can save today. Allstate. Now that should be music to your ears.
Not available in every state. New list from savings and other kinds of discount. That is an optional feature. Savings vary based on how you buy. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company affiliates. Cookbook, Illinois.
From the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer Weather Center. A relatively mild day, the high 51 degrees. A standing mountain.
Backing low and 30 guys.
The wind rushing over the divide through the afternoon. I'm Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather Meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is paid for by challengesweface.org.
Wall Street, media, big tech, politicians. What connects them all is money. But what if I told you that now there's more to it than just greed? Visit challengesweface.org.
Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. By the way, waterpros.net, you hear me talk about this whole house conditioning or whole house softening for under $2,000 and whole house or point of use for under $1,000 of drinking water. This guy is wonderful. Paul the Waterman. Look him up at waterpros.net. You will save thousands on a system. They're wonderful. I mean, for great water without scare tactics and without hosing you, you will love him. Paul the Waterman. Okay, so Smarty Marty called the company and they will make no exceptions. Did they waive, though, the restocking fee, I wonder, for her? I thought he said they would waive restocking, but she still has to pay shipping. Anyway, here's the problem. Luba bought something with a money-back guarantee, but she has to pay for shipping back, and literally the shipping is more than the product cost. It's terrible. Now, FedEx is a little cheaper. So is UPS, except with UPS it won't get there. Or it'll get there damaged. Or it'll go to another address. I'm not kidding, by the way, when it comes to UPS. I'll bet you more UPS stuff goes undelivered and damaged than it does without a hitch on UPS. UPS stands for Unsatisfactory Parcel Service, UPS. Unsatisfactory Parcel Service. When you absolutely, positively want to get pissed off. Denise, what's going on, Denise? I'm Tom Martino. Thanks, Denise, for calling. How can we help you?
Hi, I'm actually calling for a friend of mine. Her mother passed away about a month ago, and she lives in the house that her mother lived in.
Yeah.
And she wants to continue living in the house.
Was she the only sibling or only child?
No, it's her and her brother. They both live in the house.
Okay, and the mom, how old are they?
They are in their 30s.
Okay, and they lived with mom. Where's Dad?
They're in their 40s.
Where's Dad?
The father has passed away.
Okay, so Did the mom have a beneficiary's deed?
Did she? What is that?
That's a deed that automatically transfers on death. I'm just wondering. It's not required. I'm just asking. Did she have one?
Oh, no. She said that her name is actually on the deed.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Her name is on the deed, yes.
Whose
but not
name?
On the mortgage.
Whose name?
The daughter.
Well, that's bad. That's bad. I don't even want to go through this again. But so many people, elderly people, don't do that. Don't try to transfer the house before you die. It will ruin your estate. Okay? It's a terrible mistake. Go to Blake Harris at Mile High Estate Planning and get a beneficiary's deed if a house is all you have. It's a few $100s. It's worth it. Or you can go to O'Brien Legal Services, Bradley O'Brien, he's our real estate firm. Get a beneficiary's deed. Again, Denise, I'll get to you. I just want to let people know, don't put your kid's name on the lease, on the title before death, unless it's done the right way. Now, Denise, when you said the daughter's name was put on the title, do you know how it was put on the title?
How was it put on the title?
Was it right of survivorship?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Here's what you need to do, seriously. You need to get some help, and I'm going to get you the help, okay? If we can't do it today, we're going to do it tomorrow. But I'm going to get you an attorney to actually talk about this. Now,
the problem's probably more the loan.
Now, that's right. She is not on the loan, isn't that right?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. So how much is owed on the house?
$157,000.
Okay. Can she afford to make the payments?
She can make the payments, yes.
Okay. Now, in some cases, mortgage companies do not call loans due in cases like this. Sometimes. But if the house, hold on, if you just keep making the payments, you can sometimes get away with it. However, if it's worth a lot more than the loan, she might have a problem. Is it worth a lot more than they owe?
Yes.
Like how much more?
$300,000.
So it's worth $150 more, basically.
No, it's worth about $300. It's worth about $400,000.
And they owe about 100 and something.
Yes.
Wow. Now, Denise, they could also, of course, sell it and get another place cheaper if they wanted to, but they want to stay there, right?
Yes.
Okay. They might be able to refinance. Denise, does the daughter work?
No.
Is she disabled?
You can't refinance a loan you're not on.
Is she disabled? Well, no. I'm saying, Mark, if she has the house, she can certainly, it's not called a refinance.
She'd get a loan.
Yeah, exactly. It's called, I meant, but get rid of that loan, get a new one. So, you understand that? In other words, it's like if she inherits the house, she just gets a loan on it. So I'm asking, could she qualify for a loan? She doesn't work, right?
No.
Does the brother work?
Yes.
Okay. Could they do a loan together or not? Would they qualify? Okay. Then how would she make payments on this house? I don't understand that part.
Her and her brother combined can make the payment.
Okay.
She gets disability.
Okay. She might be able to qualify for a loan with disability, actually. Do you know how much disability she gets?
$1,600.
Okay. Do you know how much? That's $1,600 net a month. Do you know how much, or gross? I don't know, but how much does the brother make a year? Do you know?
About the same.
Okay. I don't know if they.
And what's the mortgage payment?
$1,400.
It's not going to happen.
Well, they're not going to qualify, is what you mean? Yeah. Do you know what interest rate that loan is?
Excuse me?
Do you know what interest rate the loan is?
3.25%.
Okay, that's not terrible. So, here's the thing. We need to get you on with a couple people, okay?
Wait a minute. They might qualify because if they refi, all they're going to do is the $125, which would bring that mortgage payment pretty low.
Right.
So unless they have horrible credit, they should qualify with no problem.
Right. So tomorrow what we're going to do, Denise, is we're going to get you on with milehighestateplanning.com, Blake Harris, attorney at law, to help us here. And then we're going to get on with ideal home loans or affordable interest mortgage, either one. either Kurt Rogers with Affordable Interest Mortgage or Brent Ivinson with Ideal, and we're going to talk about getting a loan for her. So sit tight and let Suzanne get this stuff rolling, okay? And we'll line this up for tomorrow. I'm Tom Martino.
This. Back to back, we can do it. Mark, back to back.
Michael Brown at 2, 6:30, KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is paid for by challengesweface.org.
This could be good for them if they get this.
I-25, problem-free on the drive through the metro area. I-70 looking good as well right now. Off freeway, a serious crash on my road to south of Florida, still in the cleanup stages.
So you may get us a complete fucking
drive. Didn't have much problem getting where you're headed.
You might get us a big credit.
High in the low 50s.
So what?
Into the upper 20s overnight.
The Comcast?
Yeah. Tomorrow for your Friday, partly cloudy with a high again in the low 50s. Mostly cloudy and 45 on Saturday. It's 49 right now in Denver.
You don't think it might work?
Traffic and weather.
You're not holding your breath or what? I'm not holding my breath.
Every day, we're bombarded.
All right, gentlemen, here you go. 10 seconds, Colorado Pain Care, and 888
of Democrats and Republicans, but an outside agent pulling our strings. Get the real story at challengesweface.org.
Don't wait another day. Please make this call. At least get information. You know there's no charge for the call or initial consultations here. 303-GOT-PAIN. If you're in pain, get your life back. You don't have to accept it as your new normal. As someone who's suffered from pain for years and now enjoys a pain-free life, you know, maybe a little ache and pain here when I exercise, but I have to tell you, I am so thankful that we have now a clinic dedicated to helping you with pain. They can work with your existing doc or otherwise. Just find out more. 303-GOT-PAIN, local doctors accepting all insurance, coloradopaincare.com.
A great, and I mean great, HVAC company that gives you the power of a choice. And what do I mean by that? If you just want it repaired, they're going to give you a price. They're not going to jam a new unit, a new furnace or air conditioner down your throat. These guys will actually give you a great price to repair it. And if you do want a new unit, I love these guys as well. You know why? Because they give you those choices. New economical furnaces that almost anybody could afford, all the way up to the high-end, high-efficiency units with variable speed fans and burners. These guys are great. 888heating.com. It's easy to remember. 888heating.com. 720-927-6888. 720-927-6888.
Fears of retirement. Allworth Financial is hosting a New Year retirement workshop that should top this.
So you're going to tell them exactly what you told me, okay? Minute. Theodora, one question. So the nephew is your son, correct? That's in gym. Okay, hang on. Aunt, would you be able to holler at Tom for me? I just need his head.
Hey, Tom, just want you to put your headphones on real quick, just say something.
A call with the nephew, the hit and run, the actual woman, there was some things misstated. She's on 4. It's the insurance company coming after her, not an attorney like the people that were hit. So she needs to clarify some things to get some better advice. And now she has a collection agency after her. Okay. Can you tell her that? Okay. Theodora, Tom's going to take you, so you hang on just a minute for me, okay? Listen through the phone for your name, okay? Thank you. Yes. Yes, or you'll be on delay and you'll miss it. You can hear through the phone. Okay, honey, hang on.
Oh my God, this is exactly how old.
What?
That's exactly how it goes. How many miles you got on? Well, you ain't got it, man. Going, oh, nice, look at this. It's like, that's exactly how. All right, you guys will be back on about 30 seconds.
Are you a troubleshooter? 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Silverleaf Mortgage for reverse loans. Silverleaf, 720-REVERSE. I would call them. They're good people with your best interests at heart. If you're sitting on a lot of equity, you don't have to leave it. You can use it in a lump sum, a line of credit, or monthly payments. They even have a nonprofit foundation called Forever Home that helps people in need to make improvements to their home, to get it ready for a great appraisal, to get the most out of it, or at low cost, or low interest, or no interest, depending on your situation, or a grant. You need to call them for more. 720-REVERSE. Silverleaf Mortgage. Okay. Suzanne, I should take her because this is now Theodora.
Yes.
You're somebody called in. You're the actual woman that this happened to. Let me explain something. We talked to our attorney. Now, here's what's up. If you have,
it's not the attorney that's doing this. This is a collective.
We had, ma'am, we had our. Okay, I'm going to put you on hold. You let me know when you can talk. Lillian, what's going on with you, Lillian? What's happening?
Hey, Tom. I have with all the crap that's going on today, I have something positive that I really think would be a good thing.
Good.
I don't know if you would be able to be to help with this. Well, there's a man who's in an electric wheelchair. He cleans up the off ramps on Yale and Evans on I-25. He bags all the trash in big black trash bags, and he hauls them away. He finds like a garage that'll allow him to throw it in there because it'll sit out there because the city doesn't really do anything to pick them up. If we can get help that way, and then if we could help him, maybe if you were able to assist in some way where maybe he can get a new wheelchair because he's borrowing somebody's right now. But this guy was injured in Kuwait, and his story is pretty amazing. I stopped by today to talk to him, and you know what he's been through. I mean, it's what we complain so much about things, and then you see a guy like this who really wants to make things look nice, and then, but he never panhandles, but he'll stand there, or he sits there on the corner, and people do give him money. He just needs, like, insure the drink, and it's so expensive. He gets $97 a month in food stamps. That doesn't cover anything. And anyway, I thought maybe if you were interested, or somebody has like an angel assist program for him.
Hey, Lillian, this is a very nice story. May I ask a few questions about how old is he? He's a disabled veteran. About how old?
Yeah, he's 57 this year.
Okay, and another question. Why did he pick those off-ramps?
Because that's in his vicinity where he lives. So with the electric wheelchair, he can get to them.
And he just took it upon himself to clean up the exits. And he then trashes, he then bags the trash and needs help getting rid of it. Plus, his wheelchair he's borrowing, he does not have one of his own.
He said his was being worked on, so I don't know what that means.
Is there a way, Lillian, we'd love to help. Is there a way that you can arrange for us to talk to him directly? Does he have a cell phone? Or
yes.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I want to line this up. Here's why. First of all, we do have some tenacious deputies that can help with the wheelchair. We also have a VA angel. We might be able to help him at VA to get more benefits, or maybe they can get him a wheelchair or something. And then let's talk about helping him clean up. It's a great idea. So Suze is going to take your information, and we're going to have you back on the show when we line up our VA angel. Suze?
And Century Chevrolet, Mark Harvey just texted me, said he'll donate $100 to the veterans. So that's so nice of him.
That is really nice. Let's figure out what we can do for him, okay? Let's do this, but I want to have more time to do it. So I want to get him on with somebody from VA, and also I want to talk about how we can help with a wheelchair as well. Now, Theodora, we want to help you. Theodora, our attorney was the one giving us advice for you, and here's what I want to tell you. I want to tell you some good news, and then I'll let you talk, okay? When you sold that car and you have documentation to prove it, and you canceled your insurance, our attorney says they will have a very, very, very tough time getting money from you. Even though they're threatening you, there's not much chance they can get money from you if you sold the car and you can prove it, and he used your license plates without your permission. You only said he could use them for a couple days. He used them for a month. Now, the insurance company is the one coming after you, right?
Yes, their collecting agency is.
Okay, for how much?
For $6,088.96.
They're just trying to threaten you to make you make a payment or an agreement, because I don't see how they can get you to pay.
How long ago did it happen?
This happened, the accident was in June 27th. I sold the vehicle March 31st, 2020, and I got canceled the insurance. I got the insurance April 1st, 2020.
Did you get served?
Did they? They're not suing you yet, are they?
How do we know they didn't get a default judgment?
They're sending me these letters threatening that they want the money because they already paid it to their client.
But what Mark asks is this, Theodora, many times people get sued and don't answer, and then they ignore it, and the company gets what's called a default judgment for you not showing up. So what I want to know is, are you positive they did not already get a judgment?
I don't know. I don't know about that. I just know what they sent me, these two letters.
Okay. Can you get us copies of those letters?
Yes, I can.
Okay. We need copies of those, and we need to figure this out. If they already got a default judgment, I don't think they did, but it's possible. But here's how people get default judgments. They serve you, and you ignore it, and you don't show up, and they get a default. What a default means is they automatically win, even though they weren't entitled to. So do you ever recall being served or being sued?
No.
Mark, what were you saying?
Who's suing you?
It's the collecting agencies. Theirs
for the insurance
Who are they
company.
representing?
The other person's insurance company.
Okay.
AFNI.
We got it, Theodora. You already mentioned it. He hadn't heard it. We get it. The other insurance company said they already paid damages for the person that was hit. Now they're blaming you for this, and it could be that he never had ownership transferred, so it's looking like you're an owner. But you have proof of the sale. You have a bill of sale. You canceled your insurance. Now, if everything you're telling us is true, I don't think they have a prayer of holding you responsible. But we have to take this one step at a time. I want copies of those letters, okay?
Okay.
And then maybe what we'll do, hold on, and Suzanne will set this up. Then what we will do is make sure we have someone to look at this and figure it out. Okay, I want to try to get an attorney to write back to them. They're just trying to threaten you. Or, Mark, do you have a feeling? Do you have a gut feeling that they might have gotten a default? Is that what you're thinking?
I don't know, man.
Okay, we're going to look into this. Robert, what's going on, Robert? Yes. What's happening?
Tom, I got a notice of lien or a lien filed against my property
from who?
City and County of,
for
City
what?
And County of Denver.
For what?
Apparently it's for some tree trimming.
All right. Okay, this is pretty common. Hold on. We'll come right back.
Okay,
now, Impact Traffic.
This report is paid for by challengesweface.org.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, I-25 problem-free on the drive through town. There is some slowing in a couple of spots on I-70, though. Westbound I-70 heavy at Kipling, and eastbound I-70 sluggish from Colorado to Quebec. But the rest of the highway drive pretty wide open right now. Off-freeway, a serious crash on Monaco just south of Florida still in the cleanup stages. That's a good area to avoid if you can. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, cloudy this afternoon. Will drop down into the upper 20s overnight tonight. Partly cloudy tomorrow for your Friday with a high in the low 50s. Mostly cloudy and 45 on Saturday. It's 49 right now in Denver. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KHOW.
Something's wrong. We can feel it. Our news is too biased. Our social media, too censored. Extreme ideology is tearing us apart. What's fueling the division? Get the real story at challengesweface.org.
All right, let's talk about SimplyFloorsInc.com. That website alone is going to save you a minimum of 20% because they pass savings on to their consumers, their customers, yet they get prices similar or better than big box stores. All you have to do is prove it to yourself and shop around. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Make an appointment to go into the showroom or into your home with all the major floor coverings. They have everything that you'll want. SimplyFloorsInc.com.
A free website analysis that includes all the different call to action strategies. How about how friendly is your website, your SEO ranking, all of this is for free. This is what Tom and I did for referralist.com, and it's helped out big time. By the way, they'll also tell you about your visibility on social media. They'll compare you to the competition. And once again, it's all free, and it's right from your own home, over the internet. On a Zoom call. GetFoundFast.com. Check it out right now. GetFoundFast.com.
Need a good laugh? Then stop everything and check out the funniest new podcast of the year. I'm talking about This Is Important, the podcast featuring the comic geniuses from the hit TV show Workaholics. Here, Adam Devine, Anders Holm, Blake Anderson, and Cal Newjack wrote today's most important topics, like, are you eating sushi? Probably yes. You can't do that right now. They're sanitized. This is hard-hitting stuff. This is important. Listen to This Is Important on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey there, homeowners. Are you experiencing pipe leaks? Is your water bill unexpectedly high? Or are you suffering from low water pressure? These are signs of widespread pipe failure due to old, corroded, and shoddy pipes. Rerouting a pipe or other Band-Aid fixes are not the answer. Only a whole house repipe with brand new high-quality PAX or copper will permanently solve the problem. Repipe Specialists. No more leaks and great water pressure. They've been doing this for over 25
years, serving over 40,000 happy customers. Repipe in just 1 to 2 days at half the cost of a plumber with a lifetime guarantee. So say goodbye to leaks once and for all. Enjoy a pipe-free home and eliminate the risk of potential water damage. Call us today for your free in-home estimate. We'll even take 20% off our already low price and receive 0% interest when you call today. 720-573-0086. 720-573-0086. That's 720-573-0086.
Michael Brown here. I want to take a minute to talk to you about something that has changed my life. Blue Sky CBD. You've heard me talk about the relief of sweat.
I suspect.
And canola. And you've heard how much pet love has helped our pet. But what you might not know is that Dr. Eric Dormico out of Boulder serves as the Director of Research and Development. Or that Dr. Adam Graves in Castle Rock and countless other doctors recommend Blue Sky CBD exclusively. The reason
So, by the way, you know that guy that saw me twice already? That one security guy yesterday? So the one when I left and came back, each time, who are you, what are you? So I left yesterday. Can I have your name? I met this, it was like I met him 3 different times. Oh my God, I mean, it's like, here's the barrel. They got to the bottom of the barrel. It was empty, so they went below the barrel.
BlueSky-CBD.com.
Whether class is in school, at home, or a little bit of both, school goes on.
So Staples has everything students need at amazing prices.
You know what? These fucking you can't buy them, but now you can. Now they're buying
Books, one subject notebooks.
By the way, Amazon's helping. Everybody's helping with everything. But if they tried to help Trump, they would have been canceled. It wouldn't have happened. You can't do it. Wouldn't have happened. Guarantee it.
Save for simply becoming an Allstate customer.
One of those things.
Save more for adding driveways. And save even more for driving safe. Visit Allstate.com or contact your local agent or quote today. Allstate. Minimum effort, maximum
Facing a job loss?
Is Sue's in there? Okay. As we know, I like getting these guys on for tomorrow. I don't finish them. I don't want them to feel left out. But I'm going to start out with Robert.
488-8604. That's 720-488-8604.
Fairway Auto Service invites you to experience honest auto repair and service. Trust the technicians that will provide you with exceptional customer satisfaction. They offer the best auto service repair and quality for your car. For more info, go to fairwayautoservice.com.
Denver's talk station has your shot to win $1,000. You got 12 chances a day, every weekday. Listen at 5 past the hour for the 12K a day giveaway.
All right.
Sponsored by Guy Reed on 630 KL.
Right in your
All right, don't make me finish strong.
by joining the Guy Reed loyalty program. Stop by a store or go to GUIRYS.com to sign up today. Guy Reed, your neighborhood paint store since 1899.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Okay, Robert, by the way,
County of Denver, also many cities. If they trim your trees, mow your lawn, do anything, weed control that they think you're remiss, they're allowed to do it, and they ask for collection. If you don't pay, they put a lien. Now, here's what I need to ask you: are you disputing they did any of that?
I do not know, because it was about a year and a half ago. They were complaining about a dead tree.
Yeah.
And I did not deal with it. But my bone of contention is I used to be a contractor, and I had to put liens on property. They did not send me an intent to lien, and they didn't send this lien certified.
Hold on. Is the lien actually filed?
Yes, but the reason I found out about it, I can't refinance my house, and I called the Department of Forestry, and they won't talk to me about it.
All right, who did it? Did the actual government do it, or did an individual contractor do it?
No, it's the Office of the City Forester, City and County of Denver.
Now, they might waive certain things and get away with it. I don't know, but it sounds like they're not stupid. How much is it for?
It's $1,300.
Okay. Robert, I don't know what to tell you other than this. If you're going to argue over technicalities, you can, but I'm telling you this. Even if you won, it's just a matter of them redoing it and putting it back on your house. Okay? So it's almost... It's just delaying it.
Tell your lender you want to bond around it. Then you should be able to close the deal anyhow, and they'll get paid.
So
That's true. I asked about if they could escrow around it because they can't give me any information.
Well, will they bond around it?
I'm going to check into that, but I'm just perturbed that they just recorded this without sending me any information.
I understand. No, I understand that. They're going to say they did possibly. I don't know. Or they don't have to. I don't know. I know this, Robert. I know this. That bonding around a private one is easy. I don't know if it's going to be easy with a government lien, okay? It may not be as easy as it sounds. So you might want to pay it and then get information and ask for money back if it wasn't just or something. There's nothing else you can do. Tabitha, we would love to take your problem with that dealership, but we are simply out of time. So you'll be first up tomorrow. I'm Tom Martino. Don't forget 303 Martino for help, information, and referrals at any time, day or night. And you can also go to referralist.com. Remember this, I say it, I mean it. Save all your problems for me.
Yes.